Hello there, and welcome to the stream. I am still getting things set up, but hello there. Why, hello there indeed. I apologize for the late stream tonight. I just sort of worked out this way, and I am here. We might not do the longest stream ever tonight because I am late to the stream, but we will try to make it entertaining. So I just got everything up. Streams are up. Freddie is here. He's begging for attention. Hi there, String. Hi there, Becca. I don't know if I said hi yet, but hello. Hi there. I am just making sure Discord knows that I am live, just so you are all aware. Let's see here. I have a Twitch and a YouTube now, so you may watch on whichever platform you want. You know, whatever works for you works for me, kind of deal. Oh, anyone in on? Let me see if anyone's in on Twitch yet. Let me pop up the chat here. I don't see anyone on Twitch yet. That's fine. Hello there, Ardello and Allison. A little sleepy, but yes, some energy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having that like seasonal depression thing. It's happening. It's just like for me, I think the worst thing about like winter is just the lack of daylight. Like I'm the kind of person where like I stay up really late. Like I'm almost nocturnal. Like my natural sleep cycle is kind of like second shift, you know? Like Good evening and good evening, folks. Hey, Andrew, welcome to the stream. I'm really annoyed with these straps on these overalls because they keep slipping. They keep like getting loose on me. It's kind of annoying. I can't fix it. I can't fix it. Anyway, so yeah, like normally I get up, you know, I don't know, between 11 and 2 to 3 p.m. is like usually when I wake up. It just really depends on how late I was up the night before. And like so usually I get up and I get like 6 or 7 hours of sunlight or something, like I get a decent amount of sunlight. Like it's not like I get like as much as some people do, but I still get it. And then when it gets dark, it's like, okay, I had my sunlight, like I'm good for the day, kind of deal. But during the winter, when it's like this, like I wake up and I get maybe 1 or 2 hours of sunlight, and then it's dark. And there's just something about that that just makes me feel like I like nighttime. Like I don't have any like darkness itself doesn't make me depressed. But I think it's just like not having any time at all, like no contrast with the light or whatever. But hey, Quinn, welcome everybody to the stream. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the seasonal depression is real for me. I just have like a sort of natural cycle. Um, is where like my natural cycle is essentially like during the summer I'm very up and I'm very like almost manic, but not really manic, not actually manic, but like I'm just very energetic. I'm doing all sorts of stuff and I'm very hyper. And then during the winter, I'm usually like very chill, very like, you know, just like doing whatever and also a little bit sad and a little bit, yeah. This winter has been surprisingly good for me actually. Like I've been way less depressed this winter than I normally am, which is cool. I am very happy about that. Like I am not going to be upset if it continues that way for me, to be honest. Oh, I was messing with my mic settings before stream, so you may end up like hearing a couple more things. Like you might end up hearing some keyboard noises or something. I'm trying to make it like I'm trying to find a happy medium because if I cut out all the background noise, then I also lose like some of the S's that I say, or like I lose like certain parts of the like what I'm saying to the noise gate or whatever. And so I'm trying to find like the perfect spot for the filters. But it's gonna take some fine tuning. I noticed it when I watched back when I was editing my video or whatever, my first video in a while. That one did very it's actually really funny. That one did really badly. uh just because I guess Um, I don't know. It just did real bad. Like, I, for some reason, my streams aren't suffering nearly as much as my videos. Like, the video algorithm hates me. It's so mad at me. But the stream algorithm doesn't seem really bothered at all by the fact that I took a little bit of a hiatus, that I took like a little breaky poo while I was super stressed with work and stuff. I literally get seasonal depression in the summer, unlike most people. Oh, that's interesting. So, everyone's got a different cycle. So, like, I get it. Like, everyone's got a different thing. Winter is too pretty when it snows to be sad. It's just, I think for me, it really just is how dark it gets, how early it gets during winter. That's what gets me. Like, I don't really have a problem with cold. Like, I can just add layers. Like, I'm wearing hella layers, and I've gotten, actually, like, this winter I've gotten a lot better at like layering for styling, because like I still want to wear the same kind of outfits that I wear during like the summer or during like the fall, because it's just kind of like my style, but like they're not, obviously not warm enough, so all I'm doing is I'm like adding layers underneath. So like I got a bunch of bodysuits and stuff. I got leggings, I got, like, you layer socks. So yeah, I'm working on creating a style where like I kind of dress the same all year, but just like during the winter, I just add some like underlayers, and it just like keeps me warm so I can keep looking cute. Um, Yeah, I've also been working a lot on, like, you know, when you do fire spinning, like, usually at night, it's really cold because, like, obviously, when you're fire spinning at night, it's really cold, so you're, like, sitting around the fire circle, and you gotta stay warm, but you also need to be able to, like, get up and spin fire, and if you're wearing too much clothing, then it's, like, really hard to spin fire well, like, it gets in the way a lot. And so it's like trying to figure out how to have as many layers as possible to stay warm without having like a bunch of like clothing in the way, especially with the props that I do. Like, some props, it's easier to spin with like a bunch of clothing on, but other props, it's like a lot harder. Hey, Kitten Claws, welcome. Welcome to, gosh, I forgot already. What's your, gosh, I don't want to say your username because I thought it was your, no, you said it wasn't your dead name. What name do you go by? I'm just gonna say Donu Vox or whatever. I don't know. Spin fire. Yeah, it's a thing I do. It's a hobby that I have. I showed a little bit of it on stream last time or whatever, but you can go to my Instagram if you want to see it. Maybe I'll pull it up some other time or talk about it some other time. But I recently just talked about it, so I don't want to like jump all in on that, especially because we are in the news and politics section. So if I don't start talking about Kristen, thank you. If I don't start talking about news and politics, I'll try to remember that. I'll do my best. You've been here frequently enough. I should be able to remember that, honestly. When I see people pretty regularly in chat, it's like actually kind of easy for me to do that. So we're going to talk about news and politics, but also I did want to say, what did I want to say? What did I want to say? I wanted to say something, but I can't remember what it is anymore. Oh, I forgot to do my super supporter shout out at for my last video because I was doing it on a stream segment and I just completely forgot to pull up Patreon and do that whole thing. I apologize to my super supporters. I did, someone reached out to me and was like, "Yo, like, are you gonna keep doing that, or is that like sort of gonna be gone?" And I honestly, I just completely forgot in the heat of the moment. First time recording a video on stream, just sort of got distracted. I will for sure do those shout outs. Don't worry about that. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep putting my link tree in chat periodically. I will look it up. That sounds scary but cool. Yeah, my link tree, I'm pasting it down below. It's in the description of the YouTube video, but it's got my Instagram and all my socials in it. Hello, aloha, hey. Anyway, uh politics, yo. Let's talk about politics. We are entering 2026. We have entered 2026. Not we are entering. We are in it. We are inside of 2026 and we are it's already unhinged. It's already pretty wild. I'm not going to lie to any of you. I did not expect the year to be this wild to start with. But it's just what has happened, unfortunately. And, you know, it's the reality of the situation. I I don't know. News and politics honestly got me scared to look, but I'm here regardless. Yeah, I hear that. And like honestly, I do enough streams nowadays that I think, hey Ashlyn, I think that I should probably designate like Fridays or something to like I need probably one stream a week to be like an off-topic stream that's like not news and politics. I think that that would be a good balance rather than doing 3 news and politics streams a week, like maybe like one of them. I don't know what day would everyone want me to do, like I'm thinking either Monday or Friday would be a good stream for like just chill, like hey, let's just play video games or just chat about stuff. But like, you know, chat the Rapture hoax actually did happen. Just we all suck and nobody went up. Now we're starting the 7 bad years. That's your game theory. That's funny. Um, am I good with plant? I can be. Um, it really just depends, but I tend to I travel too much nowadays for that, like during the summer. I would have to have someone like someone already has to come over to help with Freddie when I'm gone, and it would be hard. It would be hard. Friday is a good day for non-politics. Yeah, I think it is a good day. It's just that sometimes on Friday, like, you get the perspective of the whole week, you know? And it's like sometimes Fridays are a really good time to be like, "Okay, this is what happened this week." But I feel like I can cover pretty much everything on Monday, Wednesday, and then, like, Friday can be a rather mostly off-topic stream. We are here for your personality and awesome storytelling in any subject that we can interact with. Yeah, that is thank you. I really do appreciate that. I have heard from some people, like in my Discord and stuff, there are some people saying that like they don't watch my streams because they're news and politics related. Um, and I kind of makes me feel really bad when people say that because I like news and politics is an interest for me, and like so is gaming, so is fire spinning, all that stuff. Like this channel has very slowly morphed into just like a channel that captures, you know, like my thoughts on news and politics, but also my thoughts on like, you know, being trans and like transitioning and like uh a little bit of like interest. People talk about gaming, like we do gaming streams and stuff. I don't really make I make videos about news and politics or trans lifestyle stuff, but like I don't make videos about like gaming on this channel. Obviously that would like not go over very well um because of the algorithm. But it like my channel is really foundationally built on news and politics. So if I mean, if I feel bad, but like if you are that stressed out by interacting with news and politics, like I just feel like y- you just kind of don't like my channel. um, you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, maybe you like me, but like if you don't like politics, then like you're not gonna really like my channel, kind of deal. Also, welcome, Live Joyride. Thank you for the follow also, thank you for that, I did see that come up. For some reason, it doesn't always tell me when people follow me on Twitch, or, like, sometimes I won't note it like, it won't tell me until after the stream that someone has followed me. I think I need to dig into the settings more on Twitch and figure out, like, what's going on with Twitch to, like, you know, uh, like, maybe I can set up alerts or something to make it, like, work better. Probably. I'm looking at Restream, like, most of the time. Most of the time I'm looking at Restream, I'm not looking at, like, Twitch or YouTube. I have to pop over to see those. Fire spinning sounds sick. Let your channel be what brings you creative joy. I agree with that. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, plants need attention. Cacti are good for like just going wherever. They're okay when you get back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've taken care of succulents before, and I love succulents, and I can keep those alive really easily. But Freddy will kill them. Freddy will kill my succulents. He has done that more than a couple times. I don't know what it is, like, Freddy is not one of those cats that likes knocking things over all the time, but when I have a plant, he just loves, like, knocking them over onto the ground. I don't understand why. I think maybe because I put them, like, in windowsills or something, and he wants the windowsill, so I don't know. For apolitical people, you don't go for politics, politics comes for you. Fair enough. All this is because people can't let trans people have agency over their destiny and physical development. Americans are obsessed with enforcing the will of non-living proteins. Yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate. Maybe do segments of a timed rant of subjects and not a whole focus on one subject. That is actually kind of what I did during my last stream. Like the video that I made was technically news and politics, but it was only sort of news and politics. Like we talked about news and politics probably for like I don't know, it was like almost a 30-minute video. I think like 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes of it was like news and politics. But I also talked about my channel. I talked about life. I talked about fire spinning. I showed a little bit of my Instagram. Is this on Twitch? Yes, I am on Twitch and YouTube. I'm randomly posting my link tree in chat, but let me go ahead and pin it. That way, anyone who is here can see it at any given time. And when you click my link tree, you will see, all my stuff, my Twitch, my YouTube, Instagram. Those are the ones that I'm most active on. But yeah. Settings works my nerves. I'm a cyber dum dum, admittedly. Yeah, I'm like not terrible with technology, but I'm also not like amazing with it. I've like gotten worse as I've grown up. Because like I like being a millennial, I used to be like really confident that I understood the cutting edge of technology at all times. But nowadays, as I get older, like I find that like I'm starting to get left behind a little bit. Hey Grace, welcome. Happy to see you as well as Little Pink Dragon. And yeah, 2018 is when Kristen started getting into politics. I started getting into politics probably like 2008 or so. Th- I sort of loosely followed politics until about like until I don't know, probably actually until Bernie, like the 2016 election was the first time I was like really super politically engaged. Like I was engaged from 2018 through the Obama presidency. Like I was paying attention sort of, I was watching stuff sort of. But then once Bernie started trying to run and getting that whole thing going, I was like super invested and like I was paying attention to everything that was going on, right? And ever since then, I sort of have been in that mindset where I'm very much plugged into what's going on with politics almost like pretty much at all times. It's just become an interest of mine, like something that I follow, something that I keep up with. And I understand that that's not everybody and not everyone has the emotional capacity to do that. But maybe I'm a little psychotic. I don't actually know, but like there's my brain, like I can get really upset about news and politics, but it does not like I do have my limits. Like I think I've mentioned this before. Like sometimes I'm listening to something and I'm like, this is so horrific. Like I need to just like save myself. Like especially if it's something where like I already know what they're there to do or talk about or whatever, but it's just like listening to Trump give his dystopian like campaign speech for the 7,000th. Oh my gosh. I can't speak. Like he's doing his campaign speech for like the billionth time, right? Like I can click off of that kind of stuff and not feel too bad about it. If it's something really important, really novel, I usually stay tuned into it just because like if I don't already know what the outcome is or what's happening or what's going on, like I feel like I need to be witness what's going on. Uh but yeah, I understand a lot of people like really just want to just get like the secondhand information. Like they just want to see an article about it and get like the quick scoop on it and be done with it, or just not pay attention at all. And I get that everyone has to like craft their level of engagement with politics. Like you can't just engage with politics all the time and like not have any negative consequences in your life. It is definitely something that is stressful, and especially in the environment that we are in the day and age that we are in, where like, you know, algorithms are geared towards the sensationalism, like they're geared towards overinflated negative stories and stuff like that. So it can definitely be a kind of a wear and tear situation on your mental health. And that's why I very, very, very consistently advocate for taking self-care seriously. Like if you're not in a good place emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all that stuff, like you are not going to be able to follow politics without like crumbling to pieces. Like and like if you want to be a useful advocate, like even further than that, like you need to be able to handle this kind of stress while still being able to like muster up enough emotional energy to do something, to actually do something. Need to push Twitch engagement to help with views. Interesting. Oh, hi Jess, welcome. Hi there, Sparaxis. Welcome, Lord Nebo. 1992 when you were 7. I was born in 93. Bernie has good ideas, like actual stuff that improve things, plus no one rocks mitts in cold weather like he does. True. Politics interests me now, but I grew up in an apolitical family, so politics was never something I heard about. My family was pretty political growing up, so I definitely grew up listening to people talk about politics, for sure, for sure. Hey there, damn Sputnik. Yeah, all I can do for Twitch engagement is for now, really, is just to tell people that I'm on Twitch and people can like, people can engage with that as they want to. They can choose to watch on Twitch or YouTube. I will say that Twitch is doing better than I thought it would. I'm at 33 followers, which is like really surprising to me already. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense if I talk about it long enough, people from YouTube will come over and subscribe on Twitch or follow on Twitch or whatever. Literally saying my family literally talks about it daily. Yeah, like we at holidays and stuff, my family is very blue. Some more than others in my family, but like generally speaking, my family are like Democrats that are slightly socially conservative. Like I wouldn't say that my family is extremely socially progressive, but they're decent people. Like they're not racist, they're not bigots. They're just not like I remember growing up, like my mom would tell me like if you get tattoos, like she would point to like a football player and be like if you get tattoos like that, I'm disowning you. And she was clearly joking because I've gotten tattoos, I've gotten piercings and all that stuff, and it didn't she didn't disown me, but she wasn't like super thrilled about that kind of stuff. So she's not like, like my family's not the most socially progressive, but they are Democrats. Like my family doesn't really vote Republican. Some people in my family do, but my kind of like my main family is pretty blue. So I grew up listening to them talk about politics from that kind of perspective. And I've definitely become more radical than my family. Like my family is very neoliberal in nature, and yeah. Oh, I mean, my family were rather moderate. My dad was Republican, mom was Democrat, so it was a thing. But I got it. You very, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Freddie just went to the litter box. It's so stinky. Bernie was amazing, so wonderful and refreshing, but not electable. Well, yeah, because he's too good. Like the current system that we have will like. I gotta open a window. The current system that we have is like they'll move heaven and earth to prevent like an actual good candidate from getting in office. Like we saw with Mamdani. Like we saw with Mamdani. Like Jeffries didn't want to endorse him. Everybody fought him every step of the way. Yeah, he was electable. He was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Katamon is. I don't know if that's how you want me to say that, but I think he was extreme. I think he was actually too electable. I think that was almost the issue, is that the Democrats were scared about how popular he was because he was gearing up to be like FDR levels of popular. Like he was gearing up to like to take a super majority of the electoral base. And I think the DNC saw that and they didn't what Hatimon, like the Pokemon? Okay. They didn't want like, Hillary to be overshadowed. All the Democrats were doing that thing at the time where they're like, it's her time. It's her time, which is like it's such a DNC thing to do. Didn't the DNC basically sideline him? Yes, actually, I can tell all of you the exact moment that I was radicalized. And the exact moment that I was radicalized was that DNC convention where it was, but we were trying to, is it going to be Bernie? Is it going to be Hillary? Who's going in here? And they like essentially like took a vote, and it was like very unclear if not Bernie won, and the DNC, the people who were judging the vote were like, Hillary won, and it was like actually like pretty clear that she didn't. Yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad. That radicalized me very, very strongly, in the sense that, like, I realized at that moment that the Democrats were willing to shoot themselves in the foot to serve their, like, neo-corporate or neoliberal corporate overlords. Like, that is when I realized, like, oh, like, we cannot trust these people for a second. Like, they do not care about winning. They care about their own personal agenda, which is like, if Hillary doesn't win, no one gets to win, you know? And like, honestly, I feel like that's kind of like the dark side of this vote blue no matter who stuff, where like they try to do this voter shaming of like, oh, you have to vote for Hillary, you have to vote for Hillary, when the Democratic Party removed your choice. Like they basically said like, oh, you want to vote for Bernie? Okay, well, too bad. You got to vote for Hillary. Like I sincerely think that Bernie would have won the primary if the DNC didn't step in and just completely hand it to Hillary at the last second. Just she must win. Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't know. I don't know. It's like the Democrats do this thing where they like spit in the face of their voter base, and then also shame them. Like, oh, you want us to give you Medicare? You want us to, or you want us to give us? You want us to give you health insurance? What? Oh, you're not gonna vote for like it? I don't know. It's just really like I have a hard time with that kind of like snide like entitlement that a lot of democratic politicians have, where it's like, we're not going to do anything, we're not going to lift a finger to make your life better, but you better vote for us or you're the problem. Like, what? What? How is that like uh, like I don't know. If you know anything about people, people have like, like you have like an emotional bank account with people, where like people are willing to tolerate a certain level of like frustration or like whatever from you if you're providing like value to them, or if you're like doing something like if you're doing a lot of really good things for people and actually passing bills and getting stuff done and really really like moving things in the right direction, you could be a little bit snide, and like you can totally get away with that because you have the capital to spend there. Like you have the ability to withdraw a little bit from people's emotional bank accounts towards you. But like if you don't have any goodwill built up, if you have no like that's the issue with the Democrats fundamentally, is that they have like absolutely no political capital. They have absolutely no goodwill among the people. And then they also want to be holier than thou and like bust people apart for giving some different point of view, and it's really frustrating. So let me read a little bit here. Kitty, yes. Imagine having Potato elected official, Ross Perot. Yeah. It's barely a campaign, just kind of felt like slogans, not even a stance, really. I do agree that the Mom Donnie situation lends credence to the Bernie Bro argument that he was screwed by the DNC. Well, because he was. Like, I don't even think it's an argument. I think it's a reality. Like, I'm not willing to believe that it's like oh, maybe he was screwed, maybe he wasn't screwed. Like, I very, very, very strongly believe that Bernie was 100% screwed out of being the primary candidate just because Obama and other forces, like, really, like, other, like, sort of like deep state forces, just it was her time. It was her time. It was her time. And I don't know. Hillary is a cringe queen extraordinaire. Yeah, honestly, I hate Hillary Clinton. I hate her. I don't even like dislike her. I hate her. I think she's probably one of the worst politicians ever. Like literally ever. And the amount of entitlement that comes off of her, like she deserved the presidency by birthright. Like it's disgusting, and I think that if you don't react with disgust with that, like I don't know, maybe like your radar is busted. Like, I understand not wanting Trump, but, like, you can't argue that Hillary was, like, a good candidate. In 2020, they had a coordinated effort to hand the primary to Biden too after Nevada. Yeah, exactly. Obama called Pete Buttigieg to drop out and pave the way for Biden. Biden told people to go out and vote during the first month of the pandemic. Yes, yeah. Not to mention the Democrats are cowards and never want to rock the boat. Every candidate like endorsed Biden immediately. True. They all have their almost holier than thou contempt for their voters. Like Kamala was basically selected as a worse than Biden, so you can't get rid of him because she's the VP. Uh, yeah, and then expected people to vote for her when it became obvious that Biden couldn't run again. Yeah, the Dems not riding the Mamdani momentum is just, yeah. Am I on Rumble? That's funny. No kings is the motto now, but since Obama upset Hillary, the DNC establishment has since wanted to coronate a monarch in the nomination. Yeah. Like, how dense do they think people are? Democrats think their base is incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. Election Truth Alliance found many discrepancies of the election, lots of Jim Crow tactics. Look at the historic record. It was her time to lose. True. Do you got filtered chat on? I don't. I have all chat on. Um Dude was literally the decision was won. It was just overruled but super delegates over state reps. It was anti. Yes, exactly. I could never stand the Clintons. No, but she knows about Pokemon. No. Bernie let himself be screwed. In 2016, I never thought Trump would be this bad. I had no idea. I thought he'd just be a bumbling idiot. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Rat45 says, cat. Yes, this is my Fred boy. This is Fred boy. He's being a good one. He just took a big poop, so he's all happy. He's like, yeah, give me pets because I just dropped a big poop. I just took a big dump. Aren't you proud of me? Be proud of me. Don't touch me with your litter box paws, buddy. Your litter box paws. Gosh, he's shedding so much. You can like see the hair like flying off. It's like getting all over my bodysuit. Isn't that right, buddy? Oh, Fred, be careful. He like tried to stand on me. He's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're the good, sweet boy. Yes, you are. Everybody loves you. Dream loves you. Yes. 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 Got muddy paws. Luckily, I don't see any like litter or anything on me, so I think I'm okay. But sometimes he just doesn't wipe his paws off good enough getting out of the box, and he like tracks litter everywhere. Oh my gosh, I got Freddy fur all over my arm and hand now. I should bring a lint roller down here for sure. That should be something I do. Actually, I have one down here, don't I? Yeah, I do. I see it right now. I should go grab that. Okay, anyway, back to stream. We are going to do a video here in a second. Allison, thank you so much for the $5. That is awesome. Need a good de-shedding comb. I've tried de-shedding combs. He freaks out. Freddy is like very easily overstimulated, and that's why like I honestly end up de-shedding him just by like scritching him, giving him scritches, because I've tried de-shedding tools and he just freaks out. Like he doesn't like it's not hurting him, but he gets so overstimulated he'll start like attacking me because he's just like, whoa! And then it ends up taking a really long time because I have to like pet him once with the de-shedding thing and then like let him like calm down and then like do it. It just ends up not being very effective. But for some cats, they love those things and they're very chill and it doesn't bother them. I don't know why he's so sensitive to it. He's always been very sensitive as a kitty. We're gonna do a video here in a minute, like a video segment. I have a video topic that I want to go over. Let me go grab that lint roller. I am actually I'm trying to come up with one more point for the video. So the video is gonna be 5 things Democrats desperately need to consider for the midterms. It's basically just gonna be like a like 5 things, if the Democrats don't do these 5 things, they're doing it wrong, basically. Hold on. Now you may ask, why am I doing a video about the Democrats? Like, why not do a video about like something Republicans are doing? That's because right now, hold on, I hope you can probably hear that. I feel like the onus is on the Democrats to do something, anything to like we are entering the midterms soon, and the Democrats need to start like building up their campaigns. They need to start like running on things. They need to start talking about things. They need to get in front of the camera more. They need to have very strong policy positions. Like there's all these things they need to do, right? But I'm trying to distill it down for like into like 5 things that Democrats desperately need to consider. Otherwise, they're gonna screw themselves royally with their base. Because like I think it's very serious. Like the midterms are the Dems won't. It's basically a single party system at this point. No, I get you. I don't think the Democrats are gonna listen to me or that I'm gonna like whatever. It's just like I want to put this information out there more for the base so that people can see that like these are my expectations for the Democrats. And if they don't meet these very basic things, then like they're failing miserably. And it's just one of those things. Like we need to hit a turning point with the, you know what, honestly, like all of this is going to be a part of the video. So let's just save the conversation for the video. How about that? How about that? Okay. Um, pulling on the scruff might help, but who knows? Yeah, I just don't really like scruffing Freddy. I have to do it like for just a second to give him his like steroid medication, and it makes me feel bad. Like I don't like doing it. To be fair, the Heritage Foundation had to save MAGA from Trump's own incompetence. Unfortunately, I was an early boomer, or sorry, early boomer. Unfortunately, I was an early bloomer on the anti-Trump stuff, certified since the 15-16 election, having a crash out in Miss Von Loo's computer civics watching the debates. 6th grade sucked. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry that you have that negative memory or whatever. Yeah, but I get it. I mean, like, I hated Trump from the get-go as well. I just, I definitely never really thought it would get this bad. I think that if you thought it was going to get this bad, like, you need to start a YouTube channel and you need to start talking about politics. No, I don't know. Actually, I feel like there's almost something like if you were to like, I think it's almost like you shouldn't be able to predict this future based on that past necessarily. I mean, like you can sort of predict the downward trajectory, but like just the actual sequence of events is wild. Call and bug your politician. Talks in the void of random internet corners are wishful thinking. Yeah, like there's definitely actions you can take. And Lil Pink Dragon, if you like follow my channel, then you will know that I advocate for doing things super often. Like I spend a really, really large part of my time talking about how you can get involved, talking about like what you can do, how you can organize, efforts that you can make that will actually make a difference. And I very, very frequently talk about how like, you know, go like arguing in comment sections or whatever, like that's not praxis. Like, that's not doing anything good. Oh, you're Bobtail. Oh, okay, you're Ashlyn. Okay, gotcha. I don't know how I think you told me that before. Uh, I think I forgot that. Sorry for the defensive response. I apologize. You know that I advocate for that. I didn't think Trump would get elected a second time or even be in the running. Yeah. I was like, damn, I'll have to wait even longer to transition, and now I'm like, I need to get out of the country ASAP. Uh, I would say, I would say don't let them stop you from transitioning. Like they have made it significantly harder. socially and legally to transition for a lot of people, but it's still possible, and I would not let them have that kind of power over you because, like, that's what they're trying to do. Like, imagine this. We wake up one day and they're like, "Well, thanks to the Trump administration, we have lowered the transgenders by 30%." And a 30% decrease in transgenders means that it was a social contagion, because if it wasn't a social contagion, we wouldn't have been able to stop people, like we wouldn't see a decrease in transgenderism. Now, of course, I'm using incorrect language on purpose. Like, the point is that, like, they will use that kind of stuff as ammo for attacking, people. Like, they have this idea on the right that, like, if people just don't transition, they'll, like, "Hey, Chastity, welcome." They'll, like, get over it and, like, stop being trans, and, like, if you don't transition, or if you stay in the closet, you're actually kind of making it seem like that's what's happening, you know? Like, especially if you're one of those people where, like, you've already come out and, like, you're thinking about transitioning and now you're thinking about going back in the closet. I would really, like, maybe if you're really unsafe, if it's a safety issue, like, that's a whole different conversation. Like, if you genuinely feel like you will lose your life, or you are scared for your life transitioning, then yes, you should probably wait, or try to find a situation where you can get into somewhere safer and then transition. But I do not think that you should hide, or shove yourself in the closet. You will regret it. I regret it. I could have transitioned in my 20s, but I cut my self exploration short. Um, in my 20s, I had an identity crisis, and I sort of stopped at the ego death of myself, and then I kind of came out as non-binary like 4 years later, and then it took me like 10 years almost to, like, get to the point where it's like, oh yeah, no, like, I need to transition. That's what this is. That's what's going on. Took me a really long time. I really wish that I had, back in my 20s, just, like, I don't know, just seen the right content, or just, like, been educated on that kind of stuff. I was very ignorant for a long time, and that led to me not understanding a lot of what I was experiencing. He was a really bad dude. What with his racism and shady businesses, Epstein was a massive meme. I never personally asserted it back then, but I didn't not laugh at the memes. I didn't believe till 17 when Trump was in, and Epstein lasted like 9 months. I got funky about that for real, but I was a kid and didn't take myself seriously either. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, like, he Trump has always been a really bad dude, and, like, I thought he was a really bad dude back in 2016 for sure, but I guess back then I was less radicalized, than I am now, and I sort of had more belief in the institutional pressures of the United States. Like, I genuinely, back then in 2016, would not have believed that he would be able to strip all checks and balances from the government in order to obtain, like, authoritarian rule, essentially. Like, I never would have predicted that back then. And that's sort of just like a fault of my own political engagement, is that I was a little, like, too neoliberal for a long time. But, like, I think that, like, that is a common trajectory for a lot of people, and there's no shame in that. Like, you can't, like, be like, I can't change the past. All I can do is, like, be like who I am now, and be a progressive now, and advocate for progressive points of view now. And if anything, me used to like the fact that I used to be extremely neoliberal is probably why I'm good at, like, making arguments on a progressive stance, because I'm not one of those progressives where I'm like, if you use, like, incorrect language about something, I'm gonna sit here and, like, woke scold you for 25 minutes and tell you how much work you need to do personally to, like, be better. Like, I'm not one of those people. I refuse to be that kind of person. I think that if we want to reach people, if we want to affect change, if we want to get people on our side, like, doing this, like, woke scoldy, like, I'm better than you, holier than thou, like, all that stuff is, like, super antithesis to our goals. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know if that's a good point 5. Okay, so we're going to do the video. Just give me 1 second. I just wanna I wanna um, hmm, no, that's not a good point 5. I'm trying to come up with a point 5. Um, hmm. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. We have 5 things that I'm gonna talk about, in this video. And it's gonna be, like, things that the Democrats need to consider for the midterms. That's what we're gonna be talking about. So, ba 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 ba. I'm mostly just scared, but I also cannot get a job to afford it. I would ask my parents for help, but they're awful people and well. I mean, hey, String, I totally understand you. I totally get that in your situation you may have to wait. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about people that have the choice and they're afraid to make it, kind of thing. You know, like I understand that you're just scared, but like also you do have some situations in your life that are kind of preventing you. I would say, you know, like I would encourage you to as quickly as you can move into a situation where you feel safe to be able to do that kind of stuff. But you know, like it may just take you some time. As far as I know, String, you're a little bit on the younger side, so like sometimes that you know, like you sound like you're living with your parents, so that's like often a big roadblock for a lot of people that they have to get through. Not being vocal about what your needs are is only going to hurt you in the long run. Allies and educating others to listen is progress. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Of course you should be vocal about what your needs are, but just not in like the woke scoldy, shitty, like I'm better than you kind of way. I could have like there's a way to talk to people and Democrats don't know how to do it. I could have transitioned at 19, but I was too scared and I thought my dysphoria would go away after a while. I learned that I learned after a while that I need to transition for my happiness. I'm so sorry to hear that. Kristen, I actually had a very similar kind of like I was very repressed. And I would have moments where I would, like, see a trans person and I would get really jealous, or I would see, like, a femboy online and I would get really jealous and be like, "Oh my god, I wish I could look like that. Oh my god, I wish I could do that or whatever, but I'll never be able to do that. I'm too ugly. I'm too whatever." Whatever excuses I had for myself, like, I would just give those, and then I would shove myself way back in the closet again and repress the shit out of it. So it was not very helpful long term. It was actually really bad for me. Being in the closet only ever hurts everything. I feel the danger, fear, but we have each other and we have every right to be. You are not alone. Don't erase yourself. That is beautiful advice. I mean, if you told me 10 years ago this could happen as bad as it is, I would have been like, no way. Yeah, no, I feel that. What I don't understand is that why does it seem like these two terms seem to be centuries long, but not in office time flies? Well, it's because when you're in your fight or flight response, you're like hyper present. Like you're like what being under a Trump administration is like being in a critical period. It's like being in a moment where like you don't have like in a Biden administration, like you can go to sleep knowing that the next day like you're not gonna have your rights stripped away, like, like, pretty much nothing is going to happen, you know? So you can just kinda live life, right? Like, you're not under a constant fear of oppression, but when you're under a Trump administration, you are. Like, you don't know what the hell this guy's gonna do tomorrow, so there's always this kind of, like, constant fear and apprehension where it's like and then he's doing stuff, like, it's not just that he could do stuff, he is actively doing some pretty batshit crazy things, and, like, that puts you on edge because you just like, "What is he gonna do tomorrow? If he can kidnap Maduro, like what is he gonna do tomorrow? You know, like if he can illegally invade another country and kidnap their president without the approval of Congress, like what's next? You know? Uh, I don't like the term radicalized. Prefer to say sensibilized. Oh, that is so funny. That's actually I really I'm gonna start using that. Thank you. I I I'm definitely gonna start using that. For me, it was mostly fear. I was vaguely aware of a lot of already unpopular identity attributes at the time and repressed a lot of it. I laugh when people laugh at me. It took 42 years to finally get on HRT just for the very next one to start getting hammered on. But absolutely safety is integral. Big same. Why we need Greenland? It's just ice up there. Well, they apparently they have like rare earth minerals or something, but it is just really dumb. It's just really dumb. We are taking Colombia. Why do we own Colombia? We're not taking Colombia literally right now, are we? We don't celebrate him anymore. It's uh Indigenous Person Day. Wait, we don't celebrate who anymore? Wait, what are we? What was that in? I don't know what that was in reference to be honest. My situation, I was living too many lives and burning the candle at both ends, and in the center, I just stopped the rage of the madness and lived authentically no matter the hurdles. That's beautiful. Sensibilized as elite. We need to advocate for way more trans compatible, safe housing infrastructure. That is true. That is very true. And they're attacking that. Five things Democrats need to change. That yeah. Consider is not strong enough language. I was gonna say 5 things Democrats desperately need to change for the midterms. That's great. That's great. Columbus, Ohio should be renamed to like Indigenous Ohio. Like the day. Oh, yeah. I mean, I hate Columbus. I think Columbus being named Columbus kind of sucks. I don't know if we're gonna make any progress there, and I don't think that is the most important thing right now. I'm not trying to like minimalize it, but there's just a lot going on. Just reminding you. Yeah, no problem. All right, so let's get started on this video here. Let's go ahead and get started on this. It's gonna be probably, I don't know, 20 minutes or something like that. Feel free to chat while I'm talking. I will try to interact with chat as much as I can, but you all know me. I tend to rant and ramble for a long time. So like I'll probably get on a topic, rant about it for 5 to 10 minutes, then read chat, then go to the next topic, and we'll do that until we hit the end. But yeah, I will you'll know when I start because I'll just start the way that I normally start my videos. I need to also mark down my timestamps so I don't have to go hunting for that later. I had to do that last time and it was kind of annoying. So all right. We're just gonna say, I don't know, 53 minutes. All right. Why hello there and welcome to this video. I am recording live from my stream. I'm going to pop up chat here on stream. You can see them over there on the left. Today we are going to be talking about a very simple thing. 5 things that I guess not one thing, but 5 things that Democrats desperately need to change to win the midterms or for the midterms. So this is just going to be me doing like 5 tips basically for the Democrat politicians, not for the base, but for the politicians. I want to make that very clear. I'm talking about the politicians. The base is honestly very disconnected from the politicians, and we will talk about that. We will definitely talk about that. But we're going to jump right in with point number 1 is that Democrats need to stand on principles and stop being cowards, stop using slogans. So that's sort of like a 3-pointer actually. And what I'm talking about here is quite simple. Like Republicans, even if they believe something unpopular like conversion therapy or like transphobia or whatever, they will kind of stand on that issue, or like homophobia, whatever it is. They will like stand on that bigoted principle, even if it's unpopular, even if they meet resistance, even if whatever. Now, I'm not applauding them for that. Like I'm not applauding them for their ability to remain bigoted in the face of like social pressure. Like that's not what I'm saying is good. What I'm saying is good is the fact that they don't just blow with the wind, right? And that's what Democrats do. They tend to blow with the wind. They tend to just change their principles based on what they think the base wants, or what they think is the moment of the time, or what's going on with the cultural conversation. And so like Democrats tend to do this thing where they'll like stand up for trans people until they're worried that like too many people are upset about it, and then all of a sudden they stop standing up for trans people. That's kind of what I'm talking about here, is that Democrats will like have a position and then all of a sudden they'll abandon that position the second that they think that there might be any sort of pushback from anybody. Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the $50. Sleepy K, I think is what it's either K or Kai, I'm not sure. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Uh, but like Democrats need to stand on their positions, on their principles, regardless of what they think is going on with this cultural conversation. Because like the zeitgeist is very malleable. It's very able to be like tugged back and forth. And if you just constantly are jumping positions, like that was one of the biggest issues with Kamala during this last campaign, is that people were able to find footage of her, they were able to find instances of her saying things or changing her positions over time. And it really just starts to make you look like you don't actually have any principles or positions. It makes you seem really inhuman. Like you can now, certainly you can change positions on some things over time. I'm not saying that you have to have the same positions for 30 years. Like if things start moving in a more progressive direction, you are more than willing or encouraged to like move along with the progressivism that's happening. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is that like a Republican gets elected, so you're like, oh, Republicans must be popular, therefore I need to capitulate to the Republican framing on everything, which is what happened this past time. Like people, we lost the election, right? And instantly Democrats are like, okay, yeah, we need to do something about this immigration thing. Now, what they should have done is literally just said like, hey, immigrants are good for this country. They do a lot of good for the economy. Like they're doing jobs that Americans are just unwilling to do. They're fueling many, many parts of our economy, and that's incredibly important. We cannot just spit in their face and get away with it. Like a lot of the comfort that we enjoy as Americans is built on the hard labor and exploitation of immigrants. So like, like standing up for them would have led to more like, Hispanic minority, populations like having more confidence in the Democrats rather than them doing this wishy-washy back and forth, whatever. Ashlyn, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you. I wish I could do a longer shout out, but I'm trying to keep the ball rolling on the video. But thank you so, so very much. But the next part of this point one is stop being cowards, but also stop using slogans. Like when we talk about issues, we need to talk about them from like the standpoint of what we're actually trying to accomplish instead of like the slogan that like Democrats come up with their whatever. So like for instance, we have like defund the police or whatever. What we need to be talking about is like what we are actually trying to do, which is to, improve the funding mechanisms of social services so that people are able to get the kind of help that they need for the situation that they are in. If someone's in a mental health crisis and they're freaking out and you need a wellness check for that individual, as long as there's no like crime or violence happening, like I think that, you can have police maybe off to the side, like at the scene, but not on the scene, but you can have like a social worker or someone come and help with that mental health crisis so that that individual can get the help that they need instead of trying to have police officers do everything, which they're not trained to do. We can have police officers focus on violent crime, focus on the things that they need to be focused on. And then they don't, we would have it would be such a great thing for Americans and for America if we were able to do that. Like, the benefits become obvious, and I think if you explain it to people like that, most people would agree with you. Like if you take the time to sit there and be like, hey, like this is what we're advocating for, if you move past the slogan very quickly, it works. And you have to be honest, like Republicans have abandoned slogans. Like Republicans, they use them sometimes, but like make America great again has been like the primary right-wing slogan for 10 years, and it doesn't even really mean anything. Like it's just an empty whatever. They tend to talk about their policy positions from the standpoint of like what they are actually trying to accomplish. Now of course Republicans will spin it and they hide the ball, all that stuff, but Democrats just need to get down to brass tacks and say like this is what we need to do. Now the reason why Democrats don't do that is because they're hiding. They don't want to have to actually enact things. So if they say this is what we need to get done and then they don't do that exact thing, it's clear that they failed on their promise. But if they make it some broad thing, then they can sort of like be like, oh, we tried, but there was unclear what we were actually trying to do and we never really whatever. So that was point number one. Stop being cowards, stand on your principles, actually engage with the things that you are supposed to stand up for, even if you think that maybe the cultural moment is a little tough to stand on that hill, on that position. Like, that's why you're there. That is what we are electing you to do. So I'm going to read chat before we jump to the next point. I feel like Mamdani touched on an affordability platform that is persuasive to people, and they rejected it because they can't afford to lose their corporate backing in post Citizens United politics. Yes. Yes, there's a lot of politicians who rejected Mamdani on the Democratic side because they were afraid of their corporate backing getting upset with them for siding with someone so progressive. And that is an unfortunate reality, for sure. Um, all politicians get donations from rich donors, no exceptions, except for like a couple. There are a couple exceptions, but almost none, really. Okay, so it doesn't seem like chat has much to say. We're gonna move on. What's great is I can cut out that silence from the video, so I can sit there and read chat, and I don't have to be like worried about it. I can just go ahead and cut that out in post. So point number two is that it is insanely obvious who is bought and who is authentically trying to do something good. So like we can see very clearly the people in Congress or in the Senate or in the House, whatever, that are doing something good, have actual goals to do something good for people, and people who are bought. Like it is more obvious than it has ever been before who is bought and who is not bought. And I like, because the disconnect between the base is essentially created by this dichotomy. Like the base will say one thing, and then the Democrats will do something entirely different. And you can tell that they're bought because they're not doing what the base wants. Like, if they do anything other than what the base wants, that is because there is some kind of outside influence, and we know what that outside influence is. It's money. It's freaking money. Like it's so clear. And then Democrats will try to do the spin. They get up on stage and like, well, I had to do this objectively terrible thing because I have some good reasons to do this objectively terrible thing. And it's like, okay, what are your reasons? And they're like, well, you see, um, like it just had to be done. Like they don't even like have good excuses anymore. It's very obvious. So like I feel like Democrats think they can hide that from their base. Like they think that they can like just like power up the spin machine and like get things going, and then just all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, like no, I did this objectively terrible thing because it was the right thing to do. It's horrible. I really really dislike Democrat politicians that are doing this. Like we need to just not accept corporate money and move forward from there. Like it's going to be very clear that the politicians in the future who are popular are the ones that are listening to their base, not the ones that are bought by corporate pressure or by corporate interest. And so we need to move in that direction. Now, I want laws passed in that direction. Like we need to pass laws banning this kind of corporate money engagement, but we need to get politicians who are against that in office first. So I think this needs to be something that the politicians focus on. Like if you are anti-corporate money, you need to be loud and proud about that, and you need to make that very clear in your platform. And we need to encourage people to run that are those kinds of individuals. If someone seems like they're willing to capitulate to billionaire money, then they just need to lose our backing entirely. If someone is bought by a billionaire, they cannot be trusted, and you can't, like, your vote may not mean much of anything if you're just like, if it's between one billionaire bought politician and another billionaire politician, you're essentially removing the element of choice. So that's point number two. um Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and politicians have too much power. That is very true. There's no recourse. Like there's no way to hold them accountable for this kind of like corporate uh bribery that's happening. And that's the real issue, is that we have no way to hold these people accountable. We have no mechanisms of power to hold against them. And that's the real frustration of it right now, is that it feels like the base is essentially powerless to stop it. But that's not true. Like we can elect people who are better, and we can organize to try to, get people to run who are better. Like there are things that we can do as a base. It's just going to take a lot of collective effort and a lot of collective agreement about what we're willing to accept and what we're not willing to accept. And I think that that's something that the base has to do. But the politicians in general need to be considering that the future of politics, like billionaire money is almost toxic now. Like if you take a bunch of billionaire money on the right or the left, it honestly, like, it's easier to pull the wool over the right, of course. But like if anyone finds out that you're corporate bot, like it's a big turnoff for almost any electoral base. So like the future of politics does not involve this like this corporate game that is being played right now. Like we need to move past that. And actually any candidate that does move past that is like more likely to win than someone who doesn't. So corporate interest and lobbyist groups funding buying politics is absolute BS and should never have been allowed. They no longer represent their people of their district, but special interest groups. Of course, that is absolutely true. So point number 3, advisors and consultants are killing the party, and if politicians keep listening to them, we are absolutely fucked. That is true and real. We need the Democratic Party to fire all of these consultants and advisors that worked during the Biden and the Obama campaign, all of these people that worked in the Hillary campaign. If they keep going with these people, we are screwed. Like we are so screwed. These people have lost us elections and they keep their job. Like if you're an advisor and your advice doesn't work, I think you should lose your job because that means that you're not very good at your job. Like they should find someone who's better, right? Now, of course, anyone who's better is not going to be like a moderate centrist. They're going to be an actual like leftist, and they're going to provide information or advice that like corporate bot individuals on the Democratic side will not want to hear. And that's kind of the issue right now. And again, it goes back to the money in politics, is that like a lot of these advisors are approved by the DNC, a lot of these consultants are approved by the DNC, and those people are intermingled into the lobbyist cesspool that is our politics. And so inevitably they get brain rotted by this kind of like corporate neoliberal thinking, where it's like that's how they come up with these terrible slogans. Like time and time again, they come up with these terrible slogans, and it's really frustrating. Like actually, if you want a really good example of it, if you look at the Kamala Harris campaign, when she started her campaign, it was just her and her team, and there was kind of like a lack of advisor consultant influence because it happened so fast and it was just so sudden, and then it was so like for maybe like a few weeks until the DNC convention when she got accepted by the DNC, Harris was able to kind of do her own thing and come up with her own slogans and say the things that she wanted to say. And that's when we had like Republicans are weird and like all of these things happening. Like her rhetoric was more effective even as a neoliberal Democrat. Her rhetoric was way more effective before she started listening to the consultants on the Biden team. Like that is literally what happened. Like she was doing kind of okay running a campaign, and then the second she accepted that DNC nomination and started listening to those consultants, it like plummeted off the face of the earth. They hid Tim Walz, even though he was like one of the shining individuals, like he was the most popular individual out of anybody in the campaign, and they just like hid him in a room and had him eat saltine crackers by himself or something. Like it makes no sense what these consultants want you to do. No sense. Makes no sense. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ha- So that one's pretty simple. Like there's not really much to say about it, but it is important because it's kind of why the Democrats are able to ignore their base, is because they think their base is stupid. Like Democrats tend to believe that the people that vote for them are idiotic. They hate you. They think that you're like this disgusting like peasant person, right? Like they think that about you. And the unfortunate reality is that they view the consultants as these like enlightened, educated, smart people who know what they're talking about, when in reality the advisors and consultants are incredibly disconnected from reality. They're disconnected from what people actually think. They're not tuned in to the public, and that's kind of why they're selected, because the neoliberal corporate, like the corporate interests, don't want someone who's actually listening to what people need. They want someone who is completely oblivious to what actually needs to go on, and someone who's willing to parrot the line that the money wants them to parrot. All right. So now we're gonna move on to tip number 4. You need to actually do something. This one, I wish I didn't even have to say this. This is unbelievable to me that this has to be a tip given to politicians. That like this is a part of politics. You get elected into office, and that like you need to do something with that. You can't do nothing in office and expect people to just like reelect you or expect to sit on your laurels. Like you need to achieve something, something at all. And like even if achieving something is trying to do something, like earnestly and failing. Now, the reason I add earnest into there is because Democrats love to do this thing where they pretend that they're doing everything they can. They make it seem like they're hitting every lever of power and they're trying so hard, and every day and night they're concerned and they're worried and they're working in meetings, and all this stuff is going on behind the scenes, and it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. Sorry guys, we tried so hard. We did everything we could. Like that is like the biggest BS line that I have ever heard, and it's so obvious to everyone because look at the Republican administration. They are literally attempting to do things that are supposed to be illegal, unconstitutional, and not possible in our democratic republic. Like we are not supposed to be able to achieve this level of corrupt authoritarian like overstep. Like it's absolutely insane that we have hit this stage of degradation in our democracy, but that's because the Republicans will stop at nothing to achieve the goals that they set out to achieve. They have like the Republicans have the worst goals of all time. They have like the Republican goal is to like literally destroy the country and make life hell for everybody. That is what they actually want to do and what they are trying to do. Now, is that illegal? Yes. Is it unconstitutional? Yes. Is it technically supposed to be impossible with the way that our government is set up? Yes. Did they let that stop them? No. What's the most important part about that? Those four things that I just listed. The part where they chose not to stop, right? The part where they chose to just go for it anyway, overrid all of the illegal, unconstitutional, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like Biden trying to forgive student loan stuff. Like I will never forgive him for not forgiving us with the student loans. Like I just think that it's absolutely ridiculous that he tried a couple things. And he's like, well, guys, they said I couldn't do it. So, I asked nicely. I asked the parliamentarian. I said, can I please forgive some loans, please? And they said no. So I guess that's the end of it. I did everything I could. I fought so hard for you. Like, no, no, I don't care why you didn't achieve the things that you said you were going to achieve or that you hinted that you might achieve. I don't care why it didn't get done. I care that it didn't get done. Your excuses mean nothing to me. I want a politician who has the drive and the willpower and the commitment to do something. And like the Republicans do. Like they have the drive to destroy the country and the commitment to actually follow through on that, even if it's not easy to do, even if it's like literally illegal. Like they don't care. They're going to go for it anyway. They're not going to let the reality of what they think might happen or their prediction of what's possible prevent them from striving to achieve something beyond what they think is possible. And what we've seen is that if you strive to achieve something that may be illegal, unconstitutional, and impossible, you might just do it anyway because like they can't really stop you if you have the power to do the things that you want to do. It is absolutely insane that like when Democrats get into office, they do like maybe the most menial thing ever. They're like, well, we passed a law where if your grandmother's name started with an M and you stubbed your toe on August 24th, 2023 at 3:36 p.m., then you actually we will give you $300 that will be reimbursed after you spend it if you mail us the receipts within 2 to 3 business days. And as long as you like none of that, like it just that's what Democrats do. And then Republicans get in office and they're like, okay, let's dismantle democracy. Let's abuse rights and power. And let's just go ahead and destroy the democratic system of government that we've spent the past 250 years apparently protecting. Like that's like what? 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 It's just kind of creates this system where like essentially the Democrats are complicit because they do absolutely nothing to stop the decline or to reverse the horrible trajectory that we are on, and they simply slow down the descent into madness like very slightly during their terms, and then the Republicans get in office and continue making things much worse. And the only conclusion that I can come to is that they hate you and they want you to suffer and die. That's the only conclusion I can come to, is that every politician is a part of this like elite class. It's a big club. You're not in it, and they don't want you to live or survive, or they don't care about your well-being. They care about their well-being. They care about their pockets. They care about their corporate lobbyists. Yeah. All right. Woo. Sheesh. Anyway, let's go ahead and read chat real quick. Sadly, it's slowly been set up over the years to collapse due to fail-safes that keep them in their positions. Republicans keep going. They don't stop. Democrats see the roadblock and are like, oh dear, I guess I can't continue. Yeah, exactly. Land of the free, but I can't have free healthcare. Yeah, one of the only developed countries on earth that doesn't have free healthcare, if not the only. These last few years, following the Democrats, keep starting off doing something and then backing off at the last moment when it gets hard. Yeah, exactly. They say they're gonna do something good for you, and then they realize it's gonna take actual work to do, and they're like, well, sorry, we tried. We tried. We tried. Democrats have a messaging issue. They need to communicate that they represent working class whites who identify with MAGA identity values. I don't think they need to focus on that actually at all. I don't think that they need to tailor their messaging, because that's actually what they tried to do in 2024. They tried to tailor their messaging towards like the suburban white neoconservative voter who may be concerned about like how radical Trump is, and it worked literally not at all. Like the whole like teaming up with Liz Cheney thing was the most idiotic thing I have ever seen Democrats attempt to do. So what you said, Democrats have a messaging issue. They need to communicate that they represent working class whites who identify with MAGA. No. They need to make it clear that they want to do policy positions that will actually help everybody. Like they want free healthcare. Not free healthcare for white working class people, not free healthcare for transgender people, just free healthcare. You deserve free healthcare. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care what's going on. You deserve free healthcare. Not like you, this specific group of individuals, should vote for us because we want you to. No. No, just the policy positions. Just the policy positions. Like, that's the thing about, like, Democrats and about stuff like that they tend to do. Like, it's completely ineffectual because they don't actually stand on a policy position. Like, they try to, like, signal something to a base of an electoral base. Like, oh, hey, we're gonna pass an executive order to something Title IX or something, but then we're gonna not do anything else to like make your life better. I don't know. I'm rambling a little bit. All right. They also beat you over the head with that same club. The right-wing position makes a lot more sense when you prioritize cruelty as a motivating factor. Cruelty is the point. Yes, exactly. Being so delusional, you think healthcare is free and not at the taxpayer expense. The funny thing is that I understand that it would be at the taxpayer expense, but what's so funny about it is that like it would be, imagine your healthcare bill, which is insanely expensive because of Republicans, is now non-existent. Instead, you have to pay 30 extra dollars a year on your taxes to help achieve this like free healthcare thing. Like for some reason, people are willing to spend $900 a month on their private insurance bill, but they're not willing to spend like $40 a year on extra taxes to not have to pay $900 a month to some private thing. Like you're the delusional one that you think that the corporate insurance company structure is actually working. Actually, you're probably a bot. Like if you think corporate health insurance is good, you're not actually an American. You're like a robot because like no American thinks that private healthcare is a good system right now. Like literally nobody believes that. Without unbeatable majorities in both houses of Congress and both cooperating president, it can't happen. I don't know what you are looking at or responding to there. Wow, chat is blowing up. Yeah, I'm getting spammed by right-wing bots or something right now. Insurance should be renamed what it is, gambling. Nothing will change. People love gambling and losing. Let's just be honest about it. No, that's an incredibly stupid position, and the fact that you said that signals to me that you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Because insurance is gambling, and that's why it shouldn't be a legal form of health insurance stuff. Like you should not have to gamble with your life about whether you're going to get health insurance. That's insane. Like you just signal that you are either a bot or you have no idea what you're talking about. All right. So we're going to move on to point number 5 now. It disagrees with me, therefore it's a bot. No, I'm just saying that like you're saying things that are so stupid that like you can't possibly be real human because like no real human would actually believe the things that you believe. Why are so many MAGAs here? Leave us our space. Now, keep in mind that the hate engagement actually helps me a lot. Like them being here, being trying to be trolls or whatever, they are like pushing my channel to new heights. So, I mean, thank you for those of you who are sitting here, either bots or whatever, who are just like helping my channel grow. Like you think you're like attacking me and owning me or whatever, but the interaction is like super good for my channel. So like thank you. Thank you for being such a loser and for engaging in my chat. It's really really helpful. And to everyone else in my chat who's like actually reasonable and not a right-wing chud, just don't interact with them. Just don't respond. Like save yourself the effort. I'll respond to them. You don't have to respond to them. Tip number 5. Bipartisanship is dead. Stop it. Just stop it. Bipartisanship is absolutely dead. It is completely dead. This whole idea of, oh, we're going to have a good faith conversation with the other side and we're going to do this wonderful thing where we're going to shake hands and we're going to get something done. Like the Republicans have spent the past 10 years like literally kicking Democrats in the balls, spitting in their eyes, punching them in the face, and choking them out on the House floor. And like Democrats will wake up from their Republican-induced coma and be like, I just want to work together. I just want to reach across the aisle as they're like coughing up blood from the hemorrhaging that they're doing on the inside from all of the ass kicking that the Republicans have done to them. Like I just think this is absolutely ridiculous. Like that era of politics, neoliberal, bipartisan, whatever, it's dead. It's absolutely dead. Nobody wants it. It's not going to help anything. Like appealing to this freaking unelectable base, like these Republicans or moderates or whoever the Democrats have been trying to appeal to clearly are not going to elect you because it has not worked. Like you're just pissing off your own base and losing votes to try to gain like one Liz Cheney voter in Ohio. And the unfortunate reality is that that's just not going to work. You're not going to grab these voters. You're not going to be able to like overcome the horrendous amount of loss of vote that you're going to have from betraying your own base. Like just appeal to your base, know who your base is, and you'll win. Like the Republicans do that every time. That's what's so funny is that like Donald Trump won from having the most like his campaign was entirely about appealing to MAGA. It was not about appealing to any kind of Democrat. He did not moderate his positions. He got more and more extreme the longer his campaign went on, and it worked. He worked not by appealing to some large, broad voter base. He won by like giving his base what they wanted, which created a fervor, which spread out to the whole party and motivated people to vote. And that's the thing. If you gave progressives something to actually care about, like if you gave me and everyone else online on the online left, like real things to care about that you're actually going to do and achieve, then we could like move so many voters to vote for you. Like we could definitely do this. Like we could get progressives on your side and you would have millions of extra votes on your side. Millions. But instead, again, they listen to advisors, they listen to consultants, and the advisors and consultants say that the Baileys, oh, Schumer has it right. The Baileys, they're the most important family in America. They represent the actual voting base, and if we don't appeal to the Baileys, we're failing. We're failing. Like Schumer is failing. He has absolutely failed. Jeffries has failed. These people have failed. The era of politics that they are living in has been dead for 10 years, and they are still asleep on that issue. They still have not woken up and realized, like, this past year is the first year that we've had any pushback on gerrymandering. This is the first year where we've had any Democrats say, like, okay, we need to also gerrymander just to prevent ourselves from being completely wiped out of government. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. They are playing a dirty game here. They are not willing to shake your hand and like and do this good faith effort thing. You have to just accept that they hate you. The Republicans hate you. They hate the government. They hate the American people, and they want us all to suffer and die. Like that's just the reality of their platform. Why would you want to work with people like that? Why would you want to work with Donald Trump to achieve what? More corporatism? That's, oh my gosh, it's infuriating. I am ranting and raving and doing all of this stuff, and it's just my blood pressure is rising. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and calm down from this little rant. Those are my 5 tips. We're going to go ahead and summarize them real quick just to make sure that you are all aware of what it is. Stand on principles, stop being cowards. It is insanely obvious who is bought and who is authentically trying to do something good. Advisors and consultants are killing the party. Politicians need to listen to the base. You need to actually do something with your political capital. You need to actually do something with the political capital that you have. And bipartisanship is dead. So stop it. Stop trying to reach across the aisle. Stop trying to shake these lunatics' hands. Stop trying to do anything other than fight them because you're shooting yourself in the foot. You are not helping your base. You're not helping anybody. And you're just like continuing the cycle of distrust and suffering that we have had for the past, what, like 30, 40, 50, 60 years. I don't even know how long. It's been a long game that they're playing, okay? And we need to break free from this. We need revolutionary leadership. We need someone who's willing to, like, we need to take over the Democratic Party with progressive candidates like Mamdani, like people like him, not literally him, but like we need people that are willing to make a stand to actually use their office to do something. Like, look at Mamdani. He's been in office for like 1 week. And he's already got universal free childcare approved for the state of New York. Universal free childcare for like 2 years. And just so you know, it's not going to really cost the taxpayers anything because they've raised like $550 million from congestion pricing. So it's a simple game of just like allotting some of that money to be able to be used for free childcare. And that's just the start of it. Like, that's just the start of it. So I really think that it's important that people see what Mamdani is doing in New York because that is what we need to emulate moving forward. I was a little worried that he was going to get into office and kind of like run in place for a long time and not really like spin his wheels and not really know what to do and kind of not really get anything done. But I'm wrong. Like Mamdani are not wrong, but my suspicions were wrong. Like I'm just really, really suspicious of anyone who claims that they want to actually fix something until they start actually fixing something. And that is what Mamdani has proven to me, is that he's willing to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. He's not just talk. He's not just saying shit. He's actually trying to do these things for the New York people because they deserve better, and it's already paying off dividends. Like his popularity is skyrocketing. People love him. His press conferences are really popular. It's hard to argue with results. It's hard to argue with results. Anyway, that's gonna be this conversation. That's gonna be conversation. Gonna be conversation. So I just wanted to say there are some bots in chat. There are some people who are trying to pretend that they're on my like this bum baby person. They're trying to pretend they're like a left winger, but it's like super obvious. It's just some like right winger who's like faking being a left winger. It's like really dumb. Like they're saying we need to give Alaska back, we need to give Greenland back. Like, yeah, yeah, sure, you're totally a leftist. I totally believe that. Anyway, if you enjoyed watching this and engaging with me on this topic at all in any, well, you didn't engage if you're watching the video, but if you want to engage while I'm recording videos, guess what? You can pop into my chat. You can watch my streams. That's where I will be recording all of my videos in the future. I like doing this format because it allows me to interact with chat live, basically. And you know, like when people say really dumb stuff, I can like bounce off of that and attack them and make them seem really stupid for the stupid thing that they said, which is super fun for me. I really enjoy doing that to right wingers that pop into my chat. It's a very satisfying thing to be able to just like deconstruct their argument and throw them into the dustbin of history along with all the other people who have tried to unsuccessfully argue against me when I am making points that are objectively correct and true and right, and that is just the yeah, the reality of the situation. Anyway, you could be in here with chat. We have wonderful people in chat. I love chat. My streams are fun. They're very great. I also have a link tree, which is in the description of my video. It's literally just like Linktree / Leah Passinetti. So like if you just, go to Linktree and put my name in after, then congratulations. Like you are there. And so like my Twitch is there. Feel free to follow me on that. Feel free to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, whatever. We have a Discord, which is super lovely. And I also have a Patreon, which is in my link tree as well. And if you want to support me, I would really appreciate going to my Patreon and supporting me there. That is like super duper 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 helpful. I am doing YouTube full time now. This is like my job now. And I want to try to make ends meet. I don't want to have to get a full time, like whatever job again. Like, I want to do this full time. So please help me achieve that goal. I'm actually like closer than I ever have been to achieving that. Like the video algorithm is really mad at me because I stopped making videos for a little bit, but the stream algorithm has been pretty good, and like think people have been really generous and with the donations and everything. So I really appreciate everyone who has helped support me coming back here, and I promise like I'm all systems go. I am super super here for streams and for videos and for YouTube and for Twitch, all that. I am super ready to be here and do the thing. So help me do the thing, please. I would really, really greatly appreciate it. As my platform grows, I can make more content, I can make better content, and maybe eventually I can have a team, kind of little team built up around me. I don't know. Maybe I don't want that. I don't know. I kind of like doing everything on my own, sort of. But also, I would like to make more content of a different variety as well. Like I do this thing called fire spinning that I've talked about uh kind of a lot on stream, and it's something it's called flow arts. It's something I really am passionate about. So like eventually I would like to I would like to do videos related to that, like maybe some like high production quality videos of me doing fire performance, stuff like that. That would be really cool. That'd be really fun. It'd be like a second channel, right? But that would be really great. I just need to make sure that I can pay my bills before I before I start focusing on things that aren't this channel at all. And not to say that this channel would ever like fall to the wayside or whatever. Like this channel is my main channel. It's gonna stay my main channel. I'm gonna be very active here, of course, but it would be nice to share more about flow arts here on YouTube. I post a lot on Instagram about flow arts, but yeah, it'd be nice to interact with something else on YouTube that I love. So now I'm gonna go to my Patreon. We're gonna do shout outs real quick. I wanted to apologize. I forgot. I totally forgot to do super supporter shout outs for the last stream or the last video. So again, I'm very, very sorry about that. I will make sure to never miss that again. I will probably have like Patreon people popping up on screen right now as I'm just like the normal Patreon people. Like these are just the normal tiers. And thank you to everyone who's a Patreon member. Like it means a lot to me. You're making this possible. I couldn't do this without you. Some people have been super supporters for like basically the whole year my channel has been active. And that is really like every time I open Patreon and I see the people who are willing to support me and just give me a few bucks a month or however much they're giving me, it means a lot. Like you are all genuinely so lovely. I cannot believe the support that I've received so far, and I feel incredibly grateful, lucky in every sense of the way, in every sense of the word, in every way possible. Yeah. So, super supporters. I like to shout them out by name because it's like, they're doing the most to help my channel. So really, really, really appreciate my top tier supporters. We have Sleepy Kayla, Art, Katie Starr, William the Concurrer, Jean Farr, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your last name. I'll work on that. Mark Labonsky, Gwen Vaughn, Kendra Brooks, Andrea Uhara, Kira, Sophie's Left Florida, Ultraviolet Vado, Cassidy, Kate, Fiona Dobson, Cal Fiore, Jasmine Wilson, Maddie, Trisha Pizafrad, Kitty Bug, Sarah J. Buck, Nikki Notel, Sarah, Sam Howard. You are all incredible, wonderful people. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'll continue to shout all of you out as I'm able to. And well, not as I'm able to. I'm gonna continue shouting out my super supporters. I'm so sorry. I just completely forgot last time. It was the new video format. Just completely slipped by my head or whatever. Brain, words. It's hard to talk. Okay, you know what? Doing videos while recording is like definitely, it's a lot going on. I'm getting used to it, but like it's a little bit harder to stay in the pocket while I'm like reading chat and while I'm like trying to process things that are happening in chat and like in general. So yes, excuse me for misspeaking or whatever every now and then in this video, but I will get better at it as time goes on. And I really like this new format. I really like doing this stuff live. It kind of has a different vibe about it. It's a little more conversational. I think that it's just a nice vibe. And so far, I've received good feedback from everyone. If you have any suggestions about how to make the content better in the future or anything like that, that would be super lovely. I would really appreciate that. And with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Stream will continue. So like everyone here in chat is going to continue to get to enjoy stream. But for everyone who's watching on the video, that's going to be the end. I thank you so much, very, very much for liking, subscribing, and being involved, commenting, helping me out with the algorithm, which hates me very much right now. And I will see you next time. I will try to get videos out pretty regularly. We will see how often they actually come out. I'm going to do streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if you want to join me for streams, it's going to be like Eastern Standard Time in the evening, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is when my streams will be. And then videos will come out either Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. Not every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but just whichever ones I have videos to post. Like if I have a video to post, it'll go up on that day. If not, if I don't have a video to post, then no video. All right. Anyway, that's going to be it. I appreciate you all so very much. And do one little thing for me. Find yourself water. Make sure you drink it. Drink that water. Drink it. Please drink some water. Please. Goodbye. Okay. So we finished at 1:38. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a really long video. I'm going to have to cut out some of it. Like there were a couple moments of silence where I was like reading chat or whatever. But yeah, that was a really long video. Really long video. Hey there, Starbush. Um Ashlyn, Kitten Claws. Bum Baby, if you're not a troll, then like I just don't, you popped in with the trolls and uh, you're just like, don't call you right, please. I don't know. I don't know. You're saying a lot of things that like I don't understand why you're saying them. Like give Greenland back. We don't have it. We don't have Greenland. Like, we don't have it. We don't have, um GOP doesn't like to run shit. They thrive on being the outside party. Yeah, yeah, the GOP always has like it's always a big clown car like circus extravaganza when they like hold power. Like even though they're able to do a lot of horrible things, like obviously like they are the most incompetent people that have ever lived. And like the only things that they're able to achieve are like suffering. Stream needs more cowbell. True. True, 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 true. True, 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 true. Can I be a mod? No. I didn't know that you were recording. Yeah, yeah, I was recording a video. We are still going. I tried to like I'm gonna make sure at the end of it to be like, hey, stream is gonna keep going, video is over. Because last time there was some confusion about that. Yeah, sure, you can be a mod. I don't know. I know we just met you 2 minutes ago, but you've proven yourself. I think post video sign off recording. Oh wait, sorry. We've always had the ability to add bases there. It's bizarre to ask for mod in the first stream you attend. Why would you assume that's appropriate? Stream needs more Muppets. Interesting point. Interesting point. Don't let them influence you. Uh, anyway, I thought that was a pretty good video. I thought that went pretty well. I think that that was good. I think it's gonna be too long. Like it's gonna be very long. Uh, but I'm not sure that there's really anything I can do about that. So it's just gonna have to be what it is. I'm gonna try to cut out like the bits of silence or whatever when I was like reading chat. I just don't. I think that's gonna take off like maybe 4 minutes. So it's gonna be like a almost 40-minute video, which I guess for my channel is kind of normal. Like I tend to do really long videos pretty frequently. That's just kind of what my channel tends to be. So I guess it's kind of normal. I've considered that maybe I should do more videos, uh, but like shorter ones. But I don't know. I don't know if it really matters, to be honest. I don't know if it matters. Let me drink some water. Chatter says, I found out I was trans 2 Decembers ago, but I haven't transitioned yet, but I want to. I encourage you to try to find a way to make it work, you know. It sounds like maybe your situation has prevented you from seeking that out, or like has made you feel unsafe, or like you wouldn't be able to get to really do it. Um, but yes, I would try to like build up a support network. See if there's any way for you to possibly be able to access transition. I know that it's scary right now. I know that the moment that we're living in makes it hard to make those kinds of decisions because it's scary. Bomb Baby is talking about our indigenous origins of the land ownership. Yeah, no, I get that, but like I forgive you guys for thinking I'm right. I didn't explain what I meant good. Yeah, it just like there were a bunch of right wingers popping in at the same time, and you're like we need to like you kind of made it sound like we were like invading Greenland, like to like take literally like we were at, during the stream like invading Greenland. That's what made me think you were a troll because like we're not doing that yet. Like there's a very real chance we'll do that. I mean like honestly, we kind of exist in a world where like there's a good chance that America will just completely invade Greenland and try to take it over, like actually take it over. But it kind of sounds like maybe you were talking about the fact that we have military bases there and like that's what you're protesting, but it was very not clear and in the context of a bunch of people popping into chat being trolls, very much made me think that you were like a very unserious troll. Yeah, two siblings are Mormon and a nuanced family, so I don't want to shock them right now. Yeah, that sounds like a tough situation. I would say you need to value your own happiness. You need to value your own truth. Um, and it really like just take steps in that direction. Like I'm not telling you you got to jump all the way into the waters right now and do everything right now, but Yeah, true, true. First step is finding a new job. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just take steps in the right direction and you'll get there. I know it's challenging when you're not sure how family's gonna react, or you're not sure how you're gonna afford it, or you're not sure, like, there's all sorts of things to figure out. Just try not to let the current social climate, like, um, make it make it hard for you to, like, or to prevent you from, like, actually achieving it. Like, it things are harder right now. It's harder to access transition, but it's not impossible, and you can still do it. There's a lot of people in my community who have started transitioning under the second Trump administration, and if anything, I think that that's important to continue. Like we talked about it earlier, but just like don't shove yourself in the closet because of the Republicans, because it gives them ammo to be like, oh look, these people aren't trans anymore. Like trans is dead or whatever. When it's not, it's just people are afraid, right? Like that's kind of like the opposite of what like the rates of people coming out as transgender have increased because like it became more socially acceptable to come out as trans. So obviously people were willing to step out of the closet, and now since societal pressure is kind of has moved in the other direction for some time, people have become really afraid to come out of the closet, and therefore like the rates of people coming out are going down, and therefore people are like, it makes it seem like it's a social trend, like a contagion or something, when it's actually just that people are willing to, be more, people are willing to, come out when they feel like it's safe to do so. Transitioning Transitioning brings out who is really your support, friends and family. It isn't an easy road, but if you're genuine, it's worth it. Yeah, I would agree with that. If someone's not willing to, like, I understand like some people are gonna have, it's gonna be hard for some people to accept that you've transitioned. I've had that. But if it at the end of the day, if they're not willing to make the effort, if they're not willing to adjust over time, they're not worth having in your life. Like I've had very, like, honestly, most people in my life accepted my transition. I only had maybe one or two people who like were so against it that like they're not friends with me anymore. And it was actually like it was actually one of my friends that I expected the least to like freak out. Like it was someone that I was actually very confident would like accept me, and then they like didn't, and I was like, "Whoa." And then everyone who I like was really unsure about like accepted me. It was kind of funny how it worked out like that for me. It was pretty funny. Ew. I found out I was trans like mid 2024 and just started HRT 2 months ago. Oh, congratulations, Star Static. I hope that that's been a good journey for you so far. Getting on that. I know for me, I noticed very quickly when I started HRT that I was feeling better. I was like, I noticed like a certain cognitive dissonance like dissipated really quickly when I started HRT. And I know that doesn't happen to everybody. I'm not saying that that needs to happen for you to be like authentically trans, or like that's the way it happens or whatever. But for me, that's what happened. I started HRT, and within like a couple days, I was like, oh, I'm no longer in a constant fight or flight reflex. Like my body seems to enjoy this a lot better. True, true. So far I've had a new name just for me and pronouns, so slowly doing some stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, take your time with it. I'm like, no rush, but like, I just don't want people to feel discouraged because of the current moment that we're in. I'm pansexual and I love trans women, but I don't want to be like a chaser. You're allowed to think that trans women are attractive and sexy, but you're just not allowed to fetish, oh my gosh, how do you say this word? Fetishize us? You don't like turn it into a fetish, right? Like if you look at a cis woman or whatever, you should be like, she's hot. You look at a trans woman and you're like, she's hot. You look at a trans guy, you're like, he's hot. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be like you look at a cis woman and you're like, she's hot, but if only she had a little something extra. That's when it starts getting into the creepy territory, where it's like, why does that matter to you so much that like you specifically want to seek out like a trans person? You know what I mean? And I've heard people make arguments to me before where it's like there are some people who are like they have a preference towards trans people, but not in a creepy way. And I'm gonna be so honest with you. Like, I'm just extremely doubtful that that's possible. Like, I think that there might be some people, maybe, who are like not actually chasers, but just prefer dating trans women over cis women. But like, I think that might be like one person in the entire world. It kind of seems like to me like if someone being trans is part of the attraction, there's like some sort of like fetish there that you have towards trans women, and like that's a little bit dehumanizing. Maybe not a little bit dehumanizing, maybe like extremely dehumanizing. Sorry about that. Started last January 28th. Congratulations. My prog is kicking in, y'all. I love the support from you all too. Thank you for everything, Leah. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. Thank you, Chastity. Have a great night. Yeah, actually, what's really crazy is like my progesterone was back ordered for like a month. Like I actually haven't been on progesterone. Like I just got back on progesterone after being off of it for like 3 weeks because it was like out of stock, basically. It was on back order. And so like it's been really weird. Like my chest has been really sensitive. I've had all these weird not like symptoms, but like essentially I went through a withdrawal and now I'm like, you know, acclimating back to having progesterone, and I'm glad I have it back, but it's a weird experience. Really weird experience. Keep in mind, transition is individual and unique experience in a lot of ways, but the biggest one is probably time. Almost all studies on HRT effects only last 2 years, so they only know 2 years of yeah. Most studies are really underdone. Like we need to follow people for longer. We need to have more long term studies, all that stuff. I for sure agree there because it gives us more conclusive evidence to show that like, hey, like this is still really good long term. It's not just like a band-aid, like this is the solution to the problem kind of thing. Yeah, for sure. Spazzy says, "Fuck ICE, fuck Trump." I agree with that. I'm so sorry. I'm like really far behind on chat. Thank you, and also welcome being the first time chatter. That's really awesome. Congratulations for being here, and thank you for being here. I love trans when they're almost more womanly because they. I don't know, bum baby. They're almost more womanly because they had to. I don't know about that. Like that's sort of like you really should not view cis women and trans women as like different basically at all, like I don't know. I never understood the people who want to inhibit other people's self-discovery to make people feel forced to hide themselves all their life is cruel. In the beginning, you're allowed to change your mind, explore, soul search. That's the way we find our true self, path to grow. Yeah, no, for sure. You're allowed to realize that you didn't understand yourself perfectly before. Like that's totally valid. Like everyone, like if you're trans, you're on a path of self-discovery, and that's actually something Sleepy Kai has to go, or K. Thank you so much for the donation earlier. That was really kind of you. I hope you have a great night. Let me catch up on chat here. I don't want to fetishize you guys. I get that. Just be careful with, like explore your thinking about this, and really put like a critical view on it. Like why do you feel that way about trans women? What, what's the root of that? Like try to find the root of it. And if it's something weird, like you just think it's hot or whatever, then like obviously that's like a problem. But like if it's something just like innocent and kind of just, I don't know. Um I'm pan but prefer trans women because I love their inner resilience. So it's not as uh I have to think about that, honestly. If it's because you tend to think that trans women are like strong people, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very, very hesitant to accept any explanation for like I specifically love trans women over cis women. Like, or like I desire trans women over cis women because like that already puts me in a really suspicious point of view. So like I just don't know how I have to think about that. Identity is never permanent for anyone, not even sissies. Everyone changes over time. They can never afford. Yeah, that's actually one of the biggest that's one of the biggest like illusions of cis heteronormative culture, is that there like the biggest illusion of cis heteronormative culture is that there are cis heteronormative people. Everyone, at least on some level, is like a little bit queer. right? And the only reason people don't express their sexuality and their gender identity and stuff in terms of a spectrum is due to heteronormative socialization. I believe that very strongly. I believe that if we weren't socialized to have this binary, there would be no binary. Like if we weren't socialized to be like, oh, there's man and then there's woman and then like you would just exist on the spectrum of gender and sexuality where you naturally exist, and the fitting yourself into a box would become extremely unimportant. Like, it wouldn't matter literally at all. There'd be almost no point to it. It's really just because as a society, like, over the course of history, it's been like a puritanical concept to, like, express everything in terms of, like, a gender and sexual binary. Was my reasoning bad? I said it a second ago? Oh, let me what did you say, String? I'm dating a dude right now, but, like, if I was, like, single and had to find a different person, I would go with a trans woman because I feel like I would relate with them more and more. Oh, no, 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 String. If you're a trans, like, if you're trans yourself and you're seeking a trans partner because you think that they would understand your life better and your struggle better, that is absolutely not an issue. Like, T for T is actually, like, the only situation where, like, I don't immediately think being a chaser is weird and gross. Like, it makes total sense to me that a trans person would prefer or could prefer to date another trans person because they understand that that person is going to see the world in a way that they also see the world through. Like, I get that. That is totally not a problem at all. You meant in general? No, no, I mean, like, cis people preferring trans people. That's the thing that makes me really suspicious. Like, when a cis person says, "Yeah, I wanna date a trans woman because I think that they're more of a woman than a cis woman," or whatever. It's like, "Whoa, pitting why are we pitting cis women against trans women? Like, why are we doing that? Like, why is this a competition between the 2? Like, you should just view them both as women and, like, oh, this specific woman is hot, or, like, cool, and I wanna date her or whatever." You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't view a woman and be like, "Oh, but is she trans? Because that matters to me." Like, that's where I start getting like, "What? Like, what do you mean? Like, shouldn't it be everything else that matters to you? And, like, whether the woman is cis or trans is just like, uh, a part is just like a circumstance of the situation or whatever." I chase dreams, not flesh. That's a cool way to put that. During my church days, I felt very boxed in, which is probably why I'm experimenting right now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, cis heteronormative culture is incredibly toxic and prevents people from exploring themselves and being honest about what they want, or like who they are or whatever. As we are moving along in stream here, please, please, like the stream, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff that would make a big difference to me. I have Linktree, which I'm posting in chat here. We've got Twitch and YouTube. I'm live on both right now. You can watch on whichever stream you want. And I have a Discord, I have an Instagram, I have all that wonderful stuff. So feel free to get involved with the community. Anyone that wants to support on Patreon, that would be super, super lovely. I'm considering opening up channel memberships and a couple other things to try to get, like, monetization a little more, like, consistent on the channel here. But we will see. It's just a matter of time. Like, I'm really just trying not to stress myself out too much. Like, I'm trying to hit the ground running, but I'm also trying not to, like, burn myself out. I'm trying to make sure that I maintain a schedule that is, like, achievable and that I can do consistently. And so far, I think I'm pretty good. I know my stream times have been kind of late lately. Like, I thought I was going to be able to start stream consistently, like 6 p.m. EST or whatever, but it kind of turns out that I end up starting stream, like, late most of the time. But I don't know. We'll see what happens over time. That might change over time. I'm not sure. But it definitely seems like my stream numbers are better. Like, I get more viewership when I'm, like, not so late in the day. Like, it just seems like some people are, like, winding down for the evening. Like, they're not watching my stream right now, which is fine. It's kind of my fault. I wouldn't even call it being a chaser, but more so not wanting to deal with cis people BS. Like, they're not understanding is so unattractive. thankfully it gets better from my experience. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying, Citron. There, yeah. It's like you're not even dating someone because they're trans. It's like because they're not cis, because like they have the life experience that makes you know that they're gonna have. But and that being said, I want to be very clear. I've seen really toxic T for T relationships. I've seen really abusive toxic T for T relationships. So that I'm not saying that like T for T is inherently good and all T for T relationships are positive and healthy. Sometimes they're actually really unhealthy. But that just depends on an individual basis, right? Like you can have any relationship can be healthy or unhealthy. It's not really like about what kind of relationship it is. Grace says, "I have the reverse problematic sexuality of ABC, anyone but cis." And yeah, that's fair. I mean, like that's fine. I think that you're allowed to feel that way. Um, there are as many. Wait, there there are as many ways to be a woman as there are women. Trans is an adjective; it describes the woman. It should never segregate the woman. Yes, yes. Ambiguous Kai. That is like literally, boom, perfect, amazing, lovely. I love it. Thank you. I am not looking at it through a patriarchal lens. I was raised by two moms and relate to queer women more and feel at home with them, especially trans women. Uh, I'm gonna stop engaging with that because I feel like I've hit the end of my useful contribution to the conversation. Again, I would have to think about that more to really like and like I don't know. It's not really worth the effort for me right now. Uh, you're not definitely a chaser. I would say you're not 100% a chaser in my eyes. I just don't know how to feel about it. Uh, yes, even well-intentioned cis people who aren't transphobic have ruined their chances just by being ignorant. Some have the patience to date them seriously, not me. Yes, 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 yes. I see. Yes, that is absolutely a real thing where it's like some cis people like honestly, if you're a trans person and you're dating cis people, I would simply say like, hey, um if you have no experience dating trans people, like you need to do some research. Like, you know what I mean? Like you need to understand what's okay and not okay within the context of this relationship. Like if you're trying to date a trans woman, you should not expect them to educate you on how to treat them and like educate you on like what's acceptable. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to go on a date with a trans woman and you're like, "So, is it okay if I ask about your genitals?" Like, no. No, it's not okay. And actually the date's over because you just asked that question. Like that's something that you have to be very careful about. Sometimes when a cis person asks like if you're on a date with a cis person and they start asking questions, sometimes it comes across as them like wanting to be supportive but not knowing how. Sometimes it comes across as like, oh, they're like really well intentioned, they just don't know how to go about it. But I would say that you need to very very carefully consider that like you do not want to be dating someone who has no idea how you want to be treated or how to respect you appropriately. That is not your job. Like you do not need to be an educator to this individual. Like they if they want to be with you, like they should take the effort, the steps themselves to find out this information on their own time in order to like not put the burden on you to like, you know what I mean? Like if you're a cis woman and you're out on a date and the guy's like, "So, how would I achieve like maximum good boy points by being your boyfriend? Do you like having your back scratched? Do you like is it okay if I call you my boo-boo?" Like if you start asking questions like that, it's like what are you doing? Like why are you behaving like this? Like, you know, always be open to education. No, for sure. Like you like I'm not saying don't educate people. I'm just saying that like you maybe don't want to jump into a dating relationship with someone where you are also interacting with them from like needing to interact like educate them on the trans experience. Like well, let me put it like this. For me personally, that's a huge turnoff and like I don't want to date someone like that. I don't want to be like I don't want my partner to be like super ignorant and confused and not know how to treat me. Like that's not what, that ain't the vibe. Like, I don't think that that's acceptable, and if you're willing to tolerate that, I mean, maybe that's just, like, your own preference or whatever, but definitely not what I like. I have a coworker who's like that. I have no problem educating, but it sometimes gets old being told that I am being discussed when I haven't consented. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. And sometimes it's good, it's good to set boundaries. Like, hey, I'm willing to talk to you about this, but you have to understand that I'm a human. Like I enjoy privacy. I don't want to be the center of attention. I don't want to be the conversation that everyone's having when I'm not around. Like those boundaries are really, really it's totally valid to set those boundaries for sure. And you can be very reasonable about that too. You can be like, "Hey, I'm totally open to good faith questions. Like I totally understand, but like you just have to respect that I'm a human being and like I'm not here to be your teacher. Like I'm willing to do it to a certain extent, but like, you know what I mean?" I think respect is the very, very, very top of my list. I want to be treated as a woman and respected goes a long way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, for sure. And like, but yeah, yeah, sure, for sure. All right. So So, a little research goes a long way in pretty much all aspects of life. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Like if you are if you're sexually open to trans women or like romantically open to trans women, you need to take the effort to like it's like if you're dating a woman who's like a person of color, right? Like you can't just like waltz into that relationship with absolutely no knowledge of like what it's like to be a black American, like or like a Hispanic American or whatever minority we're talking about. Like you cannot just like expect your partner to educate you about racism and how that affects them on a daily basis and like what's acceptable behavior as a partner and what's not acceptable. And so, like that's just like that is insane to expect someone to do that. And so like the fact that anyone would expect a trans person to do that to me is like equally insane. You know what I mean? Like it just like you gotta accept that like there is some personal responsibility. Like you don't just walk into a relationship and be like, "Who are you? What are we doing here?" Like I don't know. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. Yeah, they can learn from someone else. I'm willing to educate and be patient with people to explain things, but it permanently makes them unattractive to me. We can still be friends though. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like literally how I feel about it. I love educating people. I'm willing to be patient. I'm willing to do that. But like let me give an example actually. I knew someone who was like an ally who was like very friendly, and there was at one point where like they hit on me, but the way that they hit on me like made me dysphoric. And like they said something along the lines of like they were like, I can tell those hormones are working because I just looked at your ass and it looked like a girl's ass. Like you have like that girl ass now or whatever. And I was like, the fuck? Like what? What? Like, like that's not how you hit on someone. Uh like trying to be affirming clearly, but like in a way that's like not acceptable. Like thanks for being like misogynistic towards me or like kind of like I don't know. It's just like because I'm a trans woman, you think it's acceptable to tell me that you were sexualizing me because I'm a trans woman. Like you think I'm gonna understand better because yeah, it's like oh. If someone said that to me, I think it would work, LMFAO. So that's what we call euphoria. Instead of euphoria, it's euphoria, where essentially it's transmisogynistic or it's like a little bit transphobic in some way, but because it's like affirming, like in the sense that like they're treating you like a woman or a man or whatever you want to be treated as, then it suddenly makes you feel like euphoria, even though it's like gross. It's like if a guy cat calls you, you're walking down the street and you're a trans woman and a guy cat calls you, it's kind of like, "Oh my god, like that guy thinks I'm hot." But also like, ew, like, mind your own business, like, what? You know? So, like, it's a really interesting experience that, trans folk go through, where it's like, you know, like, sometimes, like, gender euphoria happens in instances that are, like, technically bad things, and you just, like, have to have this weird juxtaposition. Uh, Let me help with something. Every human being is more or less play acting. I mean, we don't even really know what this existence experience is anyway, period. Yeah. I mean, yes, that is true. I'm not sure where you're going with that, to be honest. Whew. All right. Well, I think that the video was pretty good. And I think stream has been very good. Euphoria is so weird when that happens. You question your responses going on in your head. Yeah, yeah, no, it's a really awkward experience, and especially when you're a baby trans person, it's like really powerful because often when you're like a baby trans girl or a baby trans guy, you get like you get sometimes like your first sources of euphoria are euphoria. And so like because you're not really used to feeling gender euphoria, it hits really hard, but also like it's like a bad situation and it can be really awkward. It can be really hard to like process something like that where you know that like you shouldn't be responding internally with like a positive feeling, but you are. And it just takes some time to like process that stuff out and understand and like experience gender euphoria in a healthy way, and it kind of gives you like a context to be like, oh, this is like me experiencing gender euphoria in a healthy way versus me experiencing gender euphoria in like a trans misogynistic way or like a uh sexist way. What is a baby trans person? A baby trans person is someone who like basically just realized they're trans and is like in the early stages of transitioning or learning about their transness. Does every non-conforming person want the same thing socially, romantically, sexually, existentially? No, no, no. No. Of course not. And that's where it's like it's really about like making sure that like when you engage with someone and you're dating someone or trying, trying to date or whatever, that you engage with people authentically. Like you don't just, "Oh, this is a woman, so I treat her like this," like, or this is who like, don't generalize the person that you're trying to date and assume what they want or who they are. Like, just spend time with them and absorb information about them and be genuinely curious about what they like and what they don't like and that kind of stuff, and take it on a more personal level instead of, like, trying to work via, like, like, "Oh, this is a trans woman that I'm on a date with." So, like, of course, there are considerations. Like, if you're on a date with a trans woman, you should have certain thoughts about like, "Oh, this is a trans woman. I don't want to accidentally like, I don't want to like, you know, treat them in a way that's improper or whatever." But like, at the same time, like, you don't want to make it all about that. Like, you want to make sure that you're treating this trans woman as a person, like she's a person, like with a whole personality and personhood and perspective, and like you got to treat people like people, right? Whew. uh Ambiguous Kai, that's when I go, or Kitten Claw says that's when I go all science nerd on them and explain to them in great obnoxiously great detail how the body works. I had a coworker just started asking me about transitioning in front of the shop. I took him aside from everyone else and we continued our talk. That's smart. That's very smart. Yeah, like knowing like, hey, like I don't want to have this conversation in public right now in front of a bunch of people. Like, can we talk about this somewhere more private? I think that's a like that also gets people to realize that what they just asked you is like if you just kind of respond to it, uh they might think that that was an okay interaction, but if you kind of say like, hey, like I'm willing to educate you and like I understand that you like I'm willing to give you the information you're looking for, but I just want you to be aware that like please don't ask these kinds of questions in front of a bunch of people. Like that's really embarrassing and it kind of makes me feel like bad. So, um baby trans is like going through adolescence but in the opposite sex. Yeah, 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 it really is. It really is. Oops. I'm trying to point the camera down so you can see Fred. 'Cause he's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Hi, biggest of bugs. Welcome. My coworker does it just on the floor, like locker room talk, and I have no flight response. So I lock in eye contact and explain in excruciating detail how I wish I could. Oh, well, I mean, like I'm not gonna tell someone that there's like a wrong way to approach talking to someone about transition or whatever, like educating people. I just think that personally, it's good to let people know that like it's not like you can respond to them in the moment if you want, if you feel comfortable with that. But it's definitely good to let them know, like, hey, if you meet a different trans person, like please don't ask them these kinds of questions. Like that's really uncomfortable for us and like not healthy and like not nice. He's like hiding behind me. He's like he's like sitting behind me. Cinnamon roll cat. Yes. When I came out to my gaming group, the one negative guy started interrogating my sexual orientation. Sir, that's different than my gender identity. Yeah, yeah, that's awkward. It happens more than it should. The amount of people who don't know the difference is outstanding. Yeah, I find it really surprising that in the year of our Lord 2026, there are still people who like don't understand the difference between like gender and sexuality, or like people that think that being trans is like a sexual thing. That blows my mind when people are like, "Oh, that's a fetish." Like, are you that dumb? Like, I can't believe that you actually think that. Like, that's genuinely really ridiculous. Yeah, what's up, Fred? What's up? How you doing, buddy? To be honest, Freddie may be more so a pumpkin roll cat. He doesn't really have like I guess he has like a little bit of brown in him, a little bit of brown, but he's mostly white and gray. Mostly white and gray. Most of the brown on him is actually just poop. Mm, yeah. No, he's very cute though. Honestly, just try to make them as uncomfortable as I feel in the moment. Fair enough. Uh, I get that, but I think sometimes it's useful to explicitly say like, "Hey, I have actually had quite a few conversations where I'm like, I know you are coming from an honest place. I will educate, but please just don't ask this to any other trans person. These things can be rude." Yes, yeah, no, and I actually I think that like there's almost like a level of responsibility. Like maybe you're super willing to like sit there and educate someone like in the heat of the moment or like in front of a bunch of people, but like you might create you might create a false perception. Like they might then say like, oh well, this one trans person that I interacted with was okay with me asking these questions, so I'm going to ask every single trans person I meet these questions, because clearly if it was wrong, that one trans person would have told me, right? So like that's why I think that there's value there. Like even if you're willing to just go through with it and just like deal with the awkward situation, I think it's important to let that person know that like if they deal with someone else like who's trans, like this is not appropriate. Uh and that like you're willing to tolerate it, but like not everyone is. So don't be surprised if you ask that question to someone else and they like slap you or like think they get disgusted with you or whatever. Uh, there's a big difference between sex and gender. Cannot gender their mom. My little brother was like, "Why are people gay? Just like be trans or something." So at least they're supportive of us. I hope you learn. Yeah, that's like a very oh god, that's such a weird. That's actually one of the reasons why like China is generally less transphobic, is because they're more homophobic than they are transphobic. It's this really interesting thing that happens with some cultures or society where like uh suddenly it's okay for trans women to be trans women as long as they're not gay men. Like that happens in China a lot actually, where like they'll pay for your transition, they will do the whole thing for you, But you just have to prove that you're gonna go from being a gay guy to a straight woman. If you're gonna be a lesbian, like they're actually less likely to do that for you because like the goal for them is to like they view that as getting rid of a gay guy and gaining a straight woman. Like that's how China views it, which is like weirdly affirming, but also still like really fucked up, like really messed up. Welcome, badass vegan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, that's gray. My screen may also be messed up. Also, a friend of mine had to educate her cis now fiance whether they have a 7 year version. So Freddie has some brown. Like in this lighting, it looks more brown because the light is really warm. It's like an undertone, right? So like the majority of his fur is gray, but there is a brown undertone, and when he's under warm lighting, you can really see it. But if I pick him up, can I pick you up? Can I pick you up? Oh god, you chunky boy. Now do you see how he looks like more gray when he's not under the warm light? Oh, cute baby. Yeah, cute baby boy. Cute baby boy. Cute baby boy. I love you. I love you, Fred. Oh. Hey, Sophie. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year. Welcome to the stream. Aw. He never lets me hold him this long. He must have missed me. He must have missed me. What a good boy. What a good boy. Are you bored? You want me to let you down? Oh, look at the. Oh. You want the scratches, don't you? You like those switches. Yes, you do. His claws are slowly coming out. Like he clearly is like on the edge of like accepting this and not accepting this. So we're gonna ride the wave. We're gonna see how long he lets me. Maybe if I get up in the chin, he'll. Yeah, you like that? You like that, friend? Oh. You went down? You went down, don't you? Here, I gotcha. I gotcha. Here you go, buddy. Here you go. Yeah. You're a good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. So, let's see. What? Badass vegan? I'm not gonna answer that question. Are they? Is badass vegan a troll? Oh, I actually don't know. My dog and I used to have gray and white fur, but when he was a puppy, he had darker fur. Looks like he needs a snack. Freddy is so chunky. I've actually got him on a diet right now, so I'm hoping he's like that dress meme. Yeah, that's true. I'm falling asleep, but I'll listen and respond when I can until I doze off. Aw. Glad you're doing more of these throughout the week. Yeah. I hope you have a great night, Chastity. Thanks for being here and stuff. If you want to fall asleep, that's fine. Totally understand. Denying the reality of the world to our young within reason is why we have so much confusion in adults. Explaining things without being graphic would help all in the long run. Yeah. 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 Well, admittedly, a well-placed slap is underrated. True. I hate my shitty fucking Steelers team. It's so random. That's so random. Was there like a game or something? Are we mad about a game? That's so funny. They were trolling when we were talking about the ice shooting. Oh, are they like, yeah, I won't block them yet, but they are, I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge of blocking this random person who might be a troll. I'm on the edge of banning this person cause they might be a troll. I'm on the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm really hungry. I actually want to admit I have eaten literally nothing today except I drank a monster earlier. So, my stomach is killing me. We got killed by the Texans because Aaron Rodgers is 80 years old. I don't follow sports, but I think it's like when people get really passionate about sports, about sports, I find it really funny. I actually don't even understand why. I have no idea why I respond that way, but like when people get really, really upset about about sports, I just like I just have like this it just makes me giggle. I don't understand why. I just find it endlessly amusing to watch sport people get like super riled up. I'm This lint roller is probably kind of loud. I apologize. I wanted to mention again, I like redid my mic filters. They're not perfect. I'm trying to find a happy balance. Like it's hard. It's hard. I look like a troll. Does that count? Oh, Ashlyn, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Running my model trains right now. Sure hope I don't wake up my family. Oh, nice. I made chicken and noodles for your dog and yourself. Nice. I'm so hungry. You don't Reed doesn't understand sports. Yeah, I don't understand sports either. Also, I'm afraid that's your dead name, Reed, so like I don't want to like say it too often, so I apologize. But like I'm really scared about dead naming people in chat. A lot of people like forget to update their YouTube profiles and then they start chatting here and like they've been out for a while but they haven't updated their name yet because they aren't transitioning or whatever. And it always makes me feel really awkward because I'm terrified of dead naming people on accident. Thank you all for liking the stream. That's really nice of you. I really appreciate the likes. It's really, really awesome. I'm Irish. It's in our blood to poke fun. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think having a sense of humor is better than not having a sense of humor. Currently coloring your weekly coloring sheet for work. Nice. I only timed them out for now. They said a few inappropriate things. The text still shows on the stream. Oh, okay, yeah. A timeout is fine. I think when someone's acting unhinged, like a timeout, like we don't need to be as like banning people should definitely be for like only trolls or like people saying like slurs or whatever, but I think that like we can let people be kind of annoying and then like time them out for like an hour or two or whatever, and if they want to come back on another stream and try again, like start over, try again, I think that's totally valid. If someone wants to like unsubscribe from me and never chat again because they get timed out for like an hour or two, then I don't really think that that's the kind of person that we need here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, if anything, if I banned more people, I would be able to do ban appeals. And we could do a whole stream segment about it. I actually don't even know how to do ban appeals. I think that's something you can only do on Twitch. I don't even think that YouTube has a mechanism for ban appeals. Ban hammers are for the hopelessly persistent. Yes. Yeah. I use it very sparingly. I've talked about this before on stream, but like I try not to ban people because the left wing gets a lot of shit for being censorious or whatever, and I want to make it very 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 like hard to prove that I'm doing like or to say that I'm doing that. Like I don't want anyone to have any ammunition. I actually don't know how to, honestly, but it's Susie. Okay, I'll call you Susie. I might forget, but like just you know, it'll catch on eventually. Like people tell me their names, I try to remember. You just have to be here often enough for me to remember, really, is all it is. You were never able to find your bearded dragon. Oh no, Skylar, I'm so sorry. That's really sad. I hope they're okay. Oh, that's so sad. They're probably hiding somewhere that you just like can't find them, and like I've heard stories of people like losing reptiles and like they pop up like a month or two later, and yeah, but well, sometimes the trash takes itself out. True. Yeah, that's a Twitch thing, but it can be funny. Yeah, it can be funny. I think ban appeals would be a fun thing. Oh, I'm gonna start popping ads into the stream. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do that right now. So if you get some ads, I apologize, but we're just gonna hit that part of the stream. You know what I don't get, Leah? Like how hard it can be for some people to behave themselves. Though seems like you're more patient than more than patient. How do you do it? Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know. I think that, like, I've been on the internet for so long, and I've interacted with people for so long who, like, disagree with me or, like, are really, like, trolly or vitriolic. Like, I guess I'm just really desensitized to it, like, is, like, basically it. Like, when people are bigots or trolls in my stream, it actually doesn't upset me, like, kind of at all. Like, it upsets me just, like, a little bit, right? But it doesn't really get, like, it doesn't actually get under my skin. I kind of view it like a dog barking or something, where it's, like, kind of annoying, a little bit aggravating, but, like, it doesn't actually, like, emotionally impact me. Turn your English from Dutch. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I mean, like, I get it. I try to, like, when people make typos or if, like, the wording's a little awkward, I try to, like, fix it, like, when I'm reading it. So, I'll do my best. I will do my best. Um, but yeah, I tend to feel like people, like, they don't, like, if you don't agree with a bigot, then what they say to you shouldn't get under your skin, I guess, is how I view it. Like, if someone says something really transphobic to me, the way that I view it is like, "Oh, this person is wrong." Like, this person literally is wrong. Like, they're just ignorant or wrong or stupid or whatever. And it kind of, like, it takes the bite out of it. Like, instead of like, "Oh, no, there's an attack that I have to take very seriously," it's like, "Oh, here's someone saying something really stupid and I gotta respond to it," I guess. I hope that helps. I hope that makes it make sense. Part of my English, I'm working on it, just know we are so with you on the issues. Oh, no worry, Sophie, no worry at all. I totally get it. Like, honestly, you're a bilingual speaker, you're, like, better than me. I used to know German. I no longer know German. I honestly, I've struggled keeping up with German, and at this point, I've lost a lot of it. I used to be almost fluent in German, but now, like, I can barely speak it at all. I would be, like, afraid to speak German because I'm pretty sure my grammar would be like a second grader or something. So, like, trust me, like, no worries here. I honestly think it's incredible that you're learning multiple languages and, like, you wanna interact, like, you're learning English and you're using it to interact with my English channel and, like, my American channel. Like, I honestly think that that's really awesome. Like, I wish more Americans would do stuff like that. Like, I wish more Americans would, like, learn another language and then go watch some, like, Hispanic people stream or watch some Chinese people stream or watch, like, some Dutch people or just, like, people, like, honestly, America would be a lot better if we kind of got our heads out of our own assholes and, like, paid attention to the rest of the world a little bit. Like, I think honestly it can be, I'm not gonna say a radicalizing force. I'm gonna say it what was the oh gosh, what was the alternative language? I actually already forgot. It's like starts with an S. Um, Instead of radicalize, it's, let me see if I can find it. Let me scroll back a little bit. Ah, I think it got buried. I think it got buried. Let me scroll back on YouTube. I think I might have the full log on YouTube. No. Spanglish? What? What was the word? Instead of radicalized, it was I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh. Leah, I think if you got into your city's NFL team, it could be a lot of fun for you. There's a lot of unity and excitement with being a fan of your city's NFL team. Yeah, I get that. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I just have no time or energy for it. Like, I'm a nerd. I'm a gamer. I watch anime. I do fire spinning. I play video games. I stream. Like, between all of my different hobbies, like, I don't think I would have any time or energy or anything to really spend on, like, being involved with sport. And I'm gonna be just so for real with you. Like, sports don't really interest me. I'm a little too contrarian. Like it's a little too normative for me. Like I'd rather just watch like flow arts on Instagram or something, or like, you know, spend my time engaging with video games or something like that. But like I appreciate people that like are into sports. I think that it is good. And honestly, being into sports can be a really good way to interact with your local community. If you learn about other cultures, then you learn to be less prejudiced. I really believe that's true. Yeah, no, that's so true. It's so true. You definitely learn how that, like, the world is different. There are people all over, and there are different kinds of governments, and there are different systems. And, like a lot of it can be very educational for people. I know a good bit of Japanese. That's awesome. I just found out about a lady who does small pipes from Scotland. So some of her songs have Gaelic speaking. Oh, that's cool. Ashlyn would love to learn Gaelic. Nice. I would love to like better my German again. Like get better at speaking German again, but I don't know. I also want to learn Spanish, but I just I don't know. Oh. Oh. Oh, Fred. You goober. Goober. Look at this goober. Mer, 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 mer. It actually helps me with my anger towards the government. Instead of hating the government, it splits that anger between the government and the Ravens. That's funny. I can understand how that might be like a good emotional outlet for you. Oh, look at him. He's so cozy. Look how cozy he is. Aw. Aw. I don't know how long he's gonna sit here like this, but he's a cute boy. Hey, Freddy, aren't you a good boy? Aren't you a good baby? Aren't you a good baby boy? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. He's purring so loud right now. Yeah, I gotta go. It's great to see you again. I really look forward to seeing more of you in 26. How to drive early in this morning from Amsterdam to the Hague. Enjoy. Good morning. Yeah, have a great one. Thank you for being here, Sophie. Um, I'm glad you're looking forward to seeing more content, and I appreciate everyone for being here for sure. Have I shouted out my Discord yet? Not really. I think I mentioned it earlier. I have a link tree pinned in both chats, and I have a Discord link in my link tree. If you want to join the Discord, go to that link tree, click that link, do the thing. I need to put ads in stream, and holding Fred is preventing me from putting ads into stream. So this is awkward. I don't know what to do. Fred, look at him. He's just like he's gonna like fall asleep in my arms right now. Fred, can I can I do you mind? Can I do ads? No? Okay. What? What? Brain Fred to push the ad button? A great idea. That's a super good idea. He's very food motivated. So honestly, I could probably train Fred to do a couple things. Cuz he's so food motivated. I think it would actually work. But I don't care to do that. Oh, he's so cute. Yes, you are. You're such a good baby. Oh, yes, you are. I keep staring at the stream preview because he's so cute. Oh, oh, oh. I would probably move to Japan just for the food alone. Yeah, food outside of America is like pretty epic. If you've never had food outside of America, you're missing out. America food is just like worse pretty much all the time. Cats are way more exciting than ads. I agree with that. I just don't think that holding Fred like this is gonna pay my bills. But he's so cute. You are. Yes, you are. He's gonna get so cozy, he's gonna fart. He's gonna get so cozy, he's gonna fart. That happens anytime Freddy gets too comfortable, he like farts, and it's like the most disgusting thing ever. Like he gets so relaxed, he's just like, and it's like the stinkiest, most horrendous thing that you've ever experienced in your life. I don't know why. Like he'll be snuggling with me on the couch, and then I'll just like he'll get really cozy, and I'm like, oh, here we go. 10 minutes later, he's farting up a storm. Farting up a storm. Fred is the ad. You know what? That's a good point. Fred, aren't you the ad? Are you the star of the channel, Fred? Is that you? Are you the reason why everyone's here? Probably. Probably. Oh, well, you got a little crusty, buddy. You got a little crusty on your oh ads, but it's just Fred. I think that would be very successful. I think corporations need to pay attention. They don't know what they're missing. They have not harnessed the power of Fred to its full potential. Shareholders could be making so much money because of Fred. Look at his little paw. He's just like his arm is just like dangling. Like he's just so funny. He's like so cozy. He gives great political advice. True. Hey, Fred. Can I put my ads back on stream? No. Okay. Okay. I have a feeling that every time he's bugging me on stream, this is what he wants. Every time he's like pawing at me and stuff, he's like, Mom, hold me like a baby. Actually, he doesn't usually like being held. I think it's because like he's on my leg right now, so he doesn't feel like he's being held. He feels like he's sitting on my lap. But you are being held. Once when I did Route 66, there was a place called Henry's Rabbit Ranch, and one of his bunnies actually campaigned for mayor and won. Oh, that is so funny. Gwen, thank you so much for the $10. That's very, very kind of you. Freddie appreciates that greatly. He loves that. You can see it. Look at his little smile. Oh, he's smiling. Oh, yes, he is. He's so cozy and happy. He's such a mama's boy. Freddie is such a mama's boy. It's so funny. Yes, he is. He's such a good boy. Oh, I feel terrible. I need to put him down at some point so I can do ads, but I guess we'll just have to wait until he gives up on being cozy because I can't in good consciousness I can't like just let him I can't interrupt this cozy, right? It would be very, very unfair for me to like interrupt his cozy time. I'm bouncing. See you next stream, girl. Oh yeah, see ya, Ashlyn. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. Oh, are you moving? Are we no? Yes? Are you done? Or you just want to give me kisses? Yeah. Look at him. He's freaking oh hey. What? You don't want to be held like this? Oh, he's thumping his tail. I think he's annoyed. Are you annoyed enough to get off my lap? Oh, yep, there we go. Now I'm covered in Freddy fur. Oh my gosh, this is so much Freddy fur. All right, let us pop ads in there. Oh, also, I completely forgot to like all the super chats. So let me go ahead and like those again. Again, shout out to Allison for the $5. Sleepy K for the $50, and Ashlyn for the $50, and Gwen for the $10. Thank you all so very much for that. Just checking in, my back, neck, nerves hurt. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better, Amber. I'm just running ads, and we are chilling, enjoying stream. It has been a great stream, honestly. Has been a great stream. 5 Freddy's at night. Right, true. I've raised a number of black cats, and I'm not gonna lie, I miss having a black cat. I wear so much black that like having a black cat makes it like really hard to see all the fur and stuff. But with Freddy, I mean, his white fur gets all over me, all over. There ain't no hiding it. I don't know if you guys can hear the lint roller. I apologize if you can, if it's like annoying or whatever. Oh, I'm gonna add another ad. Let me do ads. Eleanor, at work right now. I'm gonna go grab lunch. Oh, nice, nice. Enjoy your lunch. I'm tossing in ads. We're just chilling. We're just chilling. Probably I hate telling people that stream is like near the end, because first of all, then people leave. Second of all, because some people like pop in right at the end, and it makes me feel really bad. um But then again, like if you really want to watch stream, like there's a whole VOD, you know? Like you could watch the VOD, or you could not, or do whatever you want to do. But I totally get when people are looking for a live stream and they pop in and like the live stream is almost over. Like that must be really disappointing. Oh my gosh. This lint roller looks so messed up because one of the other cats like chewed on it. Like this cat we have, her name is Piper. She chewed all over it. Have I had a dog? When I was younger, I have lived with dogs. I've never personally owned a dog. I am definitely a cat lady, for sure. But I like visiting dogs. Like what I always tell people is I like visiting with other people's dogs, but I very much enjoy owning cats. Like having pet cats is great. I'll visit with a dog, but living with dogs kind of just like sucks for me. They're a little bit annoying. Like a dog has to be very chill for me to like long term enjoy a dog. Like living with it. Like they're too annoying to me. They're a little bit too up my butt. Like I'd rather just like pet one for a little bit and be like, "Oh, you're so cute," and then leave. No, stream ending. I just like the vibes. I get sad when the live ends. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Also, I just had an alarm go off, and that alarm is for my injection. I forgot it's Monday. I gotta like do my shot, and it's so late. I waited so long to do stream that I actually like it's my injection. Like I need to do my injection in like the next 30 minutes. So I should go do that because I'm also extremely hungry, and if I don't eat something, something horrible is gonna happen. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop a couple more ads in stream here, and we'll just kind of wrap up. Again, thank you everyone so very, very much for interacting tonight on stream, for the donations. I really appreciate that, and for just being here, for supporting the channel. We've had a really great first couple weeks back, in terms of streams, and the videos are a little bit rough, but that's just gonna be the way it is until the algorithm starts accepting me again. So thank you all very much for the support. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me. You're all super lovely and amazing and wonderful. And I will be back Wednesday with another stream. We will be doing another stream on Wednesday and then another stream on Friday. Friday will probably end up becoming the chill, like, let's just play video games stream, and Monday, Wednesday will be, like, the serious news streams, which means that Monday will probably be the very like, Monday will probably be, like, mostly news and politics because 'cause I'll be covering, like, the previous week worth of, like, Friday through whatever, like, the weekend plus, Friday, and then, there also will be yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so videos. I shot a video tonight. It'll most likely be out tomorrow. I'm gonna try to edit that tonight for sure, but we'll see. Maybe after I eat. Like I'm gonna eat something real quick and take a little break, and then I'll go through and edit the video. Shouldn't take me too long. It's gonna be pretty simple. Editing the streams, I was very correct about it. Like based on the first video that I did coming back, it is way, way easier to edit the video when I do it off of a stream. It's just way easier. I don't have to recut it, and if I don't recut it, it saves me a lot of time. I don't make a lot I don't do a lot of there's only one take, right? Like that's kind of the hard part about doing a video in a stream is that you have to do it all in one take. But that's also the good part, is because if I do it all in one take, like, I don't have to go through and, like, cut out the bad takes and, like, do all that stuff. That takes a lot of time. That takes, like, hours of time to do that when I do that. So, it's actually very nice that on stream, for some reason, I can get through all of it in one take. But, like, when I'm recording a video, I absolutely cannot get through it in one take. I don't know what the difference is, but it does make a difference, and it definitely makes it a lot easier to get the recording done, easier to get the editing done. And honestly, like that was like my least favorite part about content creating before. I used to really, really struggle with like recording a video and then editing it and getting it up. Like that was like the worst part about content creating for me. And I'm not gonna lie, doing it the way that I've been doing it, where like I record on stream and then I edit it real quick and pop it up on the channel the next day. That's amazing. That works so well for me. Honestly, it's I wish I had started doing that sooner because it's not only does it take like 4 hours less time from me, but also like I get really stressed when I'm recording a video, but I don't get nearly as stressed when I'm on stream doing the same talking stuff. Like I don't know what it is. I cannot figure it out to save my life. But yeah, it's definitely I got like Freddy hair in my nose and it's like tickling me and it's like I don't know what to do. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go run and blow my nose and get Freddy fur off of me and then do my injection and then eat and edit this video and enjoy the rest of my night. So I love y'all and I appreciate you all so much for the support. Really, it does mean a lot. I will be back Wednesday with another stream. Tomorrow there'll be a video coming out. If you want to watch it, watch it. That would be very helpful for me. Even if you watch the stream, if you just pull up the video and just like let it play with the volume on like the lowest setting or whatever, not muted, but like with the volume on just very low. You don't even have to actually watch it. That would be so helpful. That would mean a lot to me. I would really appreciate that. Thank you all so much. Join the Discord if you want updates on things that are going on, or if you want to chat with me or chat with the community or whatever. We have a very friendly Discord link free pinned in the chat. Thank you all so much. Fatal Insomnia, thank you so much. See you later. Thank you all for being here. Love y'all. Drink some water. Goodbye.